Let's all agree to not type on keyboards.
No typing.
Just hands up.
I know. I had to.
Hand check.
I had to let people know.
Okay. Hand check. Okay. I get it. I get
at
it.
all, ever.
Okay. Hello and welcome to the second episode of the Destiny Community Podcast. Wow, we've had to work through some stuff to get this episode actually working, through Skype issues, through a bunch of other program issues, and we are listening to each other through PlayStation chat, but we are here. There is a show to be had. Hello, everyone. Let's just start talking in the news, because we're like an hour past when we were supposed to start, and Briar's bedtime is like 5 hours ago anyway.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
All right,
I'm pretty psyched to get this show going, man. It was hard to get it going. We're using PSN to make it work. We're using Skype for the video. I mean, it's a mess, but nice job, Tefty. Just
it's gonna be
bringing
a
it all
good
together,
one,
making something work.
It's gonna be really good.
We are
We got
officially.
a lot to talk about,
We're
though,
officially
man.
dropping
We got
this
a
guy.
lot
a ton
to
to talk
about.
about. Trials of Osiris was last weekend. I
Yes.
can't wait to hear Triple's take on that. Iron Banner is going on right now. I can't wait to hear Tefty's take on the netcode. I mean,
You know
there's
it
just
is.
so much to talk about.
You know it is.
So many new weapons. I know Miss 5,000 Watts definitely got the kitty cat cape. Let's hear all about it.
No, I did not get the kitty cat.
What? Wait, no?
I got 2 pairs of arms.
I got the
That's what
cape.
I got.
I got the cape.
I got the cape.
Everyone got the cape. Literally everyone got the cape. Literally everyone. Who's not wearing it either? Tefty, are you wearing the
Oh,
cape?
I've been wearing it the whole time.
Okay, then that's okay.
I love that
Patrick's
cape.
not wearing the cape.
That's because he's got some
Beautiful.
dead zone
It is
elitism
beautiful.
or something.
He does.
Triple, did you get the cape? Did you get the cape?
I did not get the cape.
Okay,
There you
there
go.
you go. Now I feel.
There you go. You're not alone.
I'm
You're
not.
alone.
I'm not alone in then.
We can cry together next time.
Oh my god.
Oh,
So, what
my
do you guys
God.
think? Trials of Osiris, first time Rise of Iron, Trials of Osiris. We had it on a brand new map, Last Exit. What do you guys think? We had new rules. The way the heavy ammo works now
Love
has
that
been
one.
changed. Like, what do you guys think? You know, are you liking the changes? Are you liking the map? Did you like the armor? Did you like the weapons?
Let's start with the
Start
map.
with the map. What do you guys think about the map?
Let's start with Triple here, because he's the guy that is better than us at PvP.
That is not
For
true.
sure.
But you know, Last Exit is not my favorite map for sixes, but for threes, I think it plays a lot better. I think most maps in Destiny that can be frustrating in sixes are a lot better in threes, just because you have, you know, you have time to like plan out your engagements, right? You're not just constantly being bombarded from different spawns and all this, you know, chaos. And so I think the map did play well. I didn't get to play a ton. I basically got home from TwitchCon, started my stream, and did my 3 runs. Luckily, got to the lighthouse in all 3, and so I only played, you know, what, like 20 games or something. But I enjoyed it. Yeah, I did. I had a lot of fun.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like the map was a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be really bad because there's like 20 doors. I don't know how many there is specifically, but there's a lot of doors. There's a ton of doors. So I was like, oh man, of course, the map with the most doors is the first map for
Right.
year 3. But then it ended up actually being kind of interesting because the way that map plays is there's a lot of different directions you can go to have an engagement. And a lot of the time it was like if you made one mistake and stepped into the wrong spot, it was all over.
Mm-hmm.
So if they caught you off guard by coming out one of the doors, then that would completely screw you over. If you weren't checking when people were coming behind in the rubble area, if you weren't checking that, you'd be screwed by that. So it felt like it was a pretty tactical map, and I ended up having a good time. I don't like the placement of the heavy ammo. I feel like that has an advantage for one side.
Yeah, it favors the side that spawns on the train cars just
Yep.
a little bit. They can get to that and cover pretty easily.
Would you guys?
Real quick, Pope. One second. Pope, say something real quick.
All right, I'm saying something.
Okay.
Perfect. Your
All right,
mic's working.
just making
Yep.
sure,
I like it.
making
I
sure that
think,
mic
better.
works.
I changed over to a different mic. I'm just using
Alright,
the
cool.
PlayStation earbud.
Cool.
Sounds a lot better.
It sounds better.
Sounds
especially-
better than the Astro
So
mics.
it sounds like the PlayStation earbud is better than an Astro headset mic.
That's the 40s, right?
Astro's not known for their high quality microphones.
The
All right.
headphones are amazing, but the things are.
Yeah.
Are you using
okay,
the Are you using the TRs or is it like the older ones?
I don't know, Triple. Maybe you
the older
can
ones.
help me refresh my stock here. But,
Oh, all right. We'll talk after.
These are the ones I got, and I can't use them for shit. But
Yeah, those are the old ones. Those are the old ones.
if there's an updated version, just let me know, Triple.
Yeah, there's.
All right. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
All right. So the map itself, like, I enjoyed it because it made me play different. Usually I'm hand cannon sniper all the way, but this time around I did mostly scout rifle and pulse as my primary, and then I rocked the trespasser for every single passage. And
You went off with that trespasser.
I was going off with the trespasser. That thing was crispy.
I was using Plan C, so usually I don't use fusion rifles, but
Nice.
I was running Plan C.
Highly recommend if that map comes up again in trials, toss on the trespasser as your secondary, and if someone's just kind of rushing at you with a shotgun, just run backwards. Just
When I was
run backwards, jump up, and trespasser.
when I was farming for
Works.
the new Scarab emblem, Vigilant Disciple, or whatever it is, we did to finish out the card because I finally got the emblem. I think after like 15 or 20 games. To finish out the card, we decided to do some sidearm games, and I rocked the trespasser, and we beat several teams in a row with just sidearms. Then finally we had to do finally we had to do no HUD, and then we lost with no HUD. But yeah,
I like the map quite a bit. Watts, you said it. There's like a lot of different ways you could go. That's how I felt the whole time I was playing it with it. Is that if we were getting beat going one way, then we could change to a different strategy. We could take a different route, opening up. We could have one guy kind of watching one area and two guys flanking around. It always felt like there was an option. There's always a change that we could make in either our opening route or how we defended like a specific area that I really appreciated. And I don't get to see in a lot of maps. Black Shield, it always feels like you're always stuck at like, those opening doors, right? It's like you got a sniper battle right there. And while there were doors that open and close on this map, they didn't seem to be in spots that really dictated how the game was going to flow as a total. There were definitely areas where, you got into that sniper battle where, you had two snipers, and once that door opened, somebody was getting headshot. But for the most part, it's like if I felt like that kind of cross-section in the pipes was, too dangerous because the whole team was running shotguns, then you could go around where the trains were, or you could go up the escalator and outside. There always seemed to be some way to change the routing and the way I played the map that really I thought ended up being a lot of fun to discover. I don't know, like after this thing is Trials of Osiris 6 times, am I going to still feel that way, or am I going to say, oh crap, I got this spawn again? But
I'm sure you ran into these teams, but how did you deal with the teams that decided to cook up a tri-tip down by the while they wait for a train?
I only ran into one of those teams.
Really?
And we waited up for them. Yeah, we waited for them, and we knew they had to come up sometime, and we just mowed them down as they were coming up the escalator.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Top-
the good thing is that the cap point is outside.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Also, top of escalator, you're going to be able to hit them before they can actually hit you due to the overhang that's on there. You're going to be able to hit their legs and stuff. So they're going to be entering that fight most likely without shields. And you have the high ground. So Star Wars taught us anything.
Yeah.
Once you have the high ground, you win. So
I mean, it's
no one's going to get that prequel reference.
Wait
No,
for that
nothing.
cap point.
I
the
just
high
don't want
ground,
to pick it
Anakin.
up because it's such a bad movie. I'm still pretending it never happened over here.
Oh my gosh. I mean, there was just times where certain teams just wanted to be extremely patient and wait that timer out, and it just
That's Trials, though.
yeah. I know. Like the thing is, the heavy ammo being an objective that spawns in round 3 is fantastic. I think that is so much better. Being like, you have to go to this
It's a
heavy
lot
ammo.
better.
If you don't go to the heavy ammo, you're going to get rockets or a sword or machine gun in your face. I think that's a
It
fantastic
feels like
change.
9 times out of 10, the heavy ammo actually doesn't come into play. Like nobody actually
Yeah.
fires a round out of the heavy ammo because the round is over just battling over that crate.
Yeah.
Which is so much fun. It's the most exciting round of the match now, as opposed to before it was the worst round of the match.
Yep.
One thing I have to commend them on. Oh my God, the Trials weapons are amazing.
They're amazing and they're beautiful.
Completely
They're
secondary
so
to the Iron
pretty.
Banner weapons.
Yeah, and that's the
No,
sad thing is like the Iron
their
Banner weapons
scope-
out came out and they're like, oh,
Wow,
okay,
it's like they knew
continue,
what
Patrick.
all the good archetypes were for weapons, made them Iron Banner weapons, and they left all the Trials of Osiris weapons behind, except for one primary and one.
No,
one
the
special.
sniper, the trial sniper's LDR class, which is like
Okay, that's
kind of
the
the
one
best for
special.
PvP. The
I guess the
pulse
fusion's
is
pretty good too,
Hawksaw.
right?
The pulse is Hawksaw type.
Yeah,
The scout and scouts are
Scout's
scouts.
not
in
that good.
PvP.
The hand cannon's not that good. The auto
Yeah,
rifle's not that good.
there's still some good picks. There's some good picks, and if anything, the way they look, the scopes on them, the ornate
They're
scopes on them
beautiful.
that highlight
They're
people.
absolutely
Oh,
gorgeous.
The highlight,
love it.
I actually
They're not compelling
didn't-
to use that much. I didn't think.
The pulse rifle is amazing. It is my baby. It's the best thing that ever happened to me. But the scope, like, I didn't realize how much I loved the highlighting until I was using the Iron Banner weapons, and then I'm like, oh, this is a lot more useful than I thought it was when I was using it. It's really good. I'm in love with the weapons, and the armor is beautiful too.
The armor is
I
beautiful.
actually, am I the only person who likes the non-adept weapons? The look of them better. I like how the blue and the gold kind of contrast. Whereas the gold, the adept weapons, the gold just kind of blends in, so there's less definition. You can't really see the barrel.
I love the
inside
gold.
the gun as much as you
I
can.
love
with
the
blue.
gold
I love
look.
the gold.
You like the gold?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's gorgeous.
I just like I like the look better. I wish the blue and gold was the adept version.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Did you guys get the sniper rifle by any chance?
No, I didn't get it
Oh
yet.
my god, it is incredible.
Yeah.
It is officially
I'm
my new
jealous.
sniper rifle. It's like I had the LDR has been great. The longbow's nice. 1,000-yard stairs, dime a dozen. This sniper rifle, oh my god, with the scope.
And it comes with a good roll. What do you guys think about the roll being the same for everybody?
I'm
you
okay
don't
with
have to
that.
go
I kind of
after-
like that. A lot of people seem to be disappointed with that, but not everyone can go flawless all the time. Not everyone can play trials all the time. So it was like when I was playing
True.
subscribers, for example, they really want that God roll doctrine. And with the one chance that they get to play and go flawless, and it's like, oh, I got a doctrine. Oh, it's not the right roll. Whereas
Yeah.
now,
Oh,
at
it's
least,
rodeo.
if you get the weapon, you know you can use it, and it's gonna be good. So
That happened to me. I didn't get the counterbalance doctrine until after the April update.
And I went
yeah.
I went camping, so I didn't get a chance to play Trials of Osiris at all. So I was really curious about Triple. Did you find that when you were streaming, how were people reacting to Trials and when you were streaming this live? Because you have your channel's built around, it started by carrying people, right, or like supporting people through Trials. How did your fan base look at the map and the new system?
Well, like I said, I only got to play a little bit of Trials this past weekend, but yeah, I had a great time, and I think the people that were watching did as well. I think that Trials is always kind of enjoyable to watch just because of its nature in that it's an event, right? It's a weekly event. It's not here all the time. It's actually here the majority of the week, but it still has days where it's not here. So people are always looking forward to it, looking forward to the new maps and what is dropping this week and stuff like that. So I think I think they enjoyed it, and I haven't played as much Trials in year 2 as I did in year 1, but it's always great to get in there, especially when it's like the start of a DLC and everyone's playing it, and there's new stuff to play for. I think that really makes it a lot more fun.
New rewards. I think the new rewards and new armor is really exciting. I was super excited to get the kitty cape. When I saw that drop, I was like, yes, this is exactly what I
Best
wanted.
drop of the year, I'd say.
Because just aesthetically, in fact, I like it without the ornaments, honestly.
I love the
Yeah.
ornament.
I didn't put the
So many
ornament on
shader
either.
combinations. The ornament.
Yeah, without the ornament, I thought it was cool. Although I got the helmet as well for the hunter, and that ornament with
You got all the best stuff. I got 2 arms.
I did. I got the pulse
Two
rifle, got the
arms.
sniper.
I got the pulse. But yeah, you had much better time than I did. I got 5 auto rifles.
It's rough.
The auto rifle it's a pretty decent medium rate of fire auto rifle, but that tier of auto rifle isn't necessarily all that.
It's an
powerful
auto
in the
rifle.
Crucible.
It's an
Yeah.
auto rifle.
The problem is it doesn't have counterbalance and it doesn't have high caliber rounds, and those things I think are really essential for a lot of
Just like the
auto
pulse
rifles.
rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's always frustrating when you'll have like some weapons that are just like perfect for PvP, and then like the great rolls and everything, and then you have other weapons that are like they're just shy of greatness, right? They're just a few
Yeah.
tweaks and they could be really good, and it's rough because these weapons are some of the most gorgeously designed pieces of gear I've ever seen in Destiny. I mean, all this stuff like. Some people were getting upset about how like, oh, the raid weapons are just reskins of Omelon and all this stuff, but I think they're awesome, especially when you upgrade them and you see like the Siva, like infection, and I think it fits in thematically. I think everything's great. The Iron Banner, or the Iron Lord armors and weapons are just really nice too. Like they're just. I think that you're actually seeing a little bit of what they're able to do with Outlast Gen. It's not like a night and day difference, but I can definitely tell that like the quality is better. Like they're packing more polygons and shaders and all that good stuff. The textures are gorgeous. I love it.
Yeah.
Are we ready to talk about Iron Banner?
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Yeah, go ahead then, Briar.
I want to talk about the weapons because the weapons are like across the board unbelievably good. Not every single one of them, but all the primaries are really good.
Yes.
Most of the secondary weapons are pretty good. I haven't tried out the rocket launcher. I saw the stats on it. It doesn't look good, but I have tried the heavy machine gun. That's good. Like
Heavy machine gun's amazing.
The pulse, the pulse rifle is basically a grasp of Malik. I happen to get brace frame. Counterbalance, and I can't remember the other perk, but it was a good one.
Dirty
so that thing's been tearing it up in
dog.
the Crucible.
I did not get a pulse rifle.
I love the hand cannon. It's ill will style hand cannon, like max impact.
It's good.
I happen to get like really good range on it, explosive rounds, and hidden hands. So that's been really fun to use. I got the auto rifle. That's a max rate of fire auto rifle, like the Doctrine of Passing. I happen to get brace frame on that. That one's really fun to use, and the scout rifle has eluded me so far, but that's a Mida multi-tool class of weapon,
Archetype,
from everything I've been hearing, it's fantastic.
It is.
I actually got my scout with high caliber rounds. So
Same.
it's
You
like
really?
I have,
So it's like the old Mida.
It's like it's like I have multi-tool back.
Yeah, I got a
really
brace frame, high caliber rounds, and then I can't remember what the last one is. I don't even care. Doesn't matter. Right? Got those two perks on a Mida archetype rifle. It's like, oh, cool. I have a Mida now. I have a legendary Mida.
I got small bore, high caliber, and hidden hand.
Nice.
So
Like,
I'm pretty
across
sure.
the board, the primaries are incredible.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They sound incredible. They look incredible. The sound effects they added to these weapons make you feel like you're hammering a nail into somebody's skull every time you fire it. Like, it sounds unbelievable. Especially the hand cannon, I thought was like, it's the best sound effect they've added to a weapon so far in Destiny.
Nice. I didn't get that one yet.
I also like the sniper rifle. The sniper rifle, it looks exactly like the one that you get from the Archon Forge, but I guess it's a different archetype. It's more like the Defiance of Yasmin archetype. I haven't used it much, but people are saying they like it quite a bit.
I'm enjoying it. I've had
The
Forge
shotgun
snipers.
I have no use for.
Yeah. I've been looking for full auto shotties. Listen, I've been looking for full auto shotties of all three flavors, so I can have them for PvE specifically.
Yeah, that's the way to go. Sure, and that's a perfect kind of
I
shotgun
do want to say that it's really awesome that they have this legendary set of weapons which feel very exotic, right? They look exotic and they sound exotic. It's just a little thing, but each gun having a unique weapon sound is really special, and some of them sound just like incredible. Like I got the sniper out of Archon's Forge like the first day the DLC was out.
Nice.
And people were just like, oh, what is that sniper? Where'd you get it? And I just like using it because it sounded so great. And then I got one with a really good roll, and then I've been using that for PvE, and then I got another one for PvP. And yeah, getting some more of these weapons from Iron Banner has been a lot of fun.
Bugs flying, mosquitoes.
Bugs, mosquitoes.
I played a ton of
Steve Mines.
Iron Banner it's probably one of my favorite game modes now. Like as far as the
Supremacy?
I don't know. I mean, I heard a lot of people on Twitter and going back and forth about good and bad, and I played a bunch of it, so you guys already know my opinion of Supremacy. But I jumped in with a full team of skilled PvP players, and I wanted to see what difference that made. And we went 90. We almost went 90-0 a couple times in Supremacy, just knocking people out. And whenever I see something like that, I think it takes away the argument that says that it's not a tactical game mode. I think that if you play it right as a team, yes, I mean, I was with skilled players, and we were playing to do that. But if you have a team, I feel like that Supremacy really lends itself well to organizing themselves like, 3 rushers, 3 or 4 rushers, and 2 mid supports. And if you are communicating and you're working well, Supremacy is, in my opinion, more of a push and pull than Rift is, and something that I find is much more enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what you guys immediately jumped into the armor and the guns and stuff and cool rewards, which, by the way, the reward system right now for Iron Banner, I don't know if you guys I feel the same way. I'm loot's dropping like crazy.
Oh, it's
man.
raining.
Yeah,
Joyous.
the loot is amazing. The loot
Raining.
actually makes you want to play Iron Banner even if you don't enjoy
Yeah.
the game mode.
Yeah, not
everyone
just the
knows-
post-game rewards, but the bounties as well. Is like you open up one of those bounties, you're getting primary weapons, you're getting secondary weapons, you're getting armor pieces. Then you go fill out the quest, you get another piece. It's like not only are you getting the primaries, all the stuff. Tefty, I can hear you typing. It's pretty
Sorry.
Yeah, Tebsy, stop typing. We made a pact. Stop it.
I was just answering some audio problems for people in the chat. Sorry, guys.
Not only
That's
not
what
only are you
mods are
getting the
here
end game
for.
rewards,
Mods.
which are
Mods
awesome,
can
but getting them from the bounties, getting them from everything else. It feels like it's just raining loot down. It's joyous. It feels great. This is how it should be, I think.
Yeah, like everyone knows my RNG is probably the worst in the game. All my characters are 385 now. Like the loot has been dropping well enough that it took me from 370 on all my characters to 385 in
cool.
just.
I'm not necessarily happy with my intellect, discipline, strength, but they're all up there.
No, I mean, I found that I just playing. I'm playing casually. I'm playing an hour and a half every morning, and in just 3 sessions of Iron Banner, roughly around 3 to 4.5 hours of playtime, I have a character up to almost 5. I got almost a full set of Titan armor. A bunch of weapons. I mean, I think the only thing I'm missing is the sniper and the rocket launcher. And that's like the loot was dropping, and I know I might be an exception. I might be on the high end of like the loot dropping, but I feel like I saw a lot coming down, and it really made me feel like I could take those weapons because I was getting multiple versions. I got like 4 different shotguns and like a bunch of different fusion rifles and stuff like that, and whatever. But I just use those to infuse into my other characters and bring the rest of my characters up. So there were still reasons to play. The light level was still high, and those guns were fun to use. Like you're saying, Briar, that auto rifle, it's a bullet hose, but if you get it with like the right perks, I got one with persistence on it, and I want to say counterbalance, but it might be perfect balance. But I'm trying to remember. I can't remember the exact role on it, but it's not as wouldn't replace my Doctrine, but I still think it's a fun gun to use.
Yeah, I don't think it's Doctrine quality, even if you get the brace frame counterbalance, but it's definitely fun. I also got the pulse rifle and got to use that a little bit with those iron sights. Oh my god, the iron sights on those weapons are so badass. It is tons of fun. And again, like you said, the sound design.
You're talking about one. It almost looks like an old school sniper, like flip up kind of thing.
It's like No Land Beyond, actually.
It's like
like the No Land Beyond.
Yeah, it's like the No Land Beyond sights on a pulse rifle or the scout rifle. I didn't get the scout. I really wanted the scout because I love them at a multi-tool and an archetype. So I didn't get that, but I did ended up getting the pulse rifle in my final package, my final rank 5, and it was glorious. I got to use that and just like I tried it out at the very end of my stream. I didn't take it to PvP yet. I'll do that tomorrow, but it's great. Loved all the loot. Also the rocket launcher. If you did get the rocket launcher, make sure you load it up and fire it at least once because the sound is glorious.
It sounds really cool.
Right?
Cool.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
It looks like an exotic rocket launcher, honestly, with the art design and all that. Like the scope is it's pirate ornate. It's really great. It's really great.
Hey, somebody in my stream told me, Tefty, that you had said about the machine gun or the heavy machine gun that sounded like an auto fire sniper rifle.
Yeah, it's like.
Oh yeah, I got the machine gun.
amazing.
It's like I just run around in patrol sometimes and just shoot it for fun.
Yeah,
It's glorious.
it just puts a smile
And it's great in
on my face.
PvP too. Yeah, no, it's great.
What?
I did want to talk about Supremacy a little bit. Pope Bear, you mentioned it a little bit before, but like, what did you guys think about Supremacy? Are you enjoying the game mode? Do you think it belongs in Iron Banner, where like loot rewards are so prevalent? Did you have fun? Did you play it at all solo?
I played a lot
Or did you play it
solo.
mainly as a team?
I played a lot solo. I like to
how'd
play
it
a lot
go?
of things solo because I feel like it's the only way to get a true experience of a lot of players.
Mm-hmm.
So especially when I'm testing weapons or testing anything, I want to go solo. So I can be like, this is going to be your experience with the weapon. Supremacy, I thought it was going to be my favorite game mode because it was. Kill Confirmed was my favorite in Call of Duty. And I definitely have times where it's fun. But I found that if you join in with the people just running around shotgunning, it's actually a lot less fun. I found that if I stand back and I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to let all of these crazy people just run at me and take them down as they run at me, then it's actually a lot more fun. But I found myself getting frustrated when I was just being like them. Yeah, so I found that sit back a little bit, and it actually ends up being a lot more fun than it was initially. And I was like, oh my god, I just want to have a primary gunfight. It's all I want in my life. I just want to have a primary gunfight, and it just wasn't happening. But when I stood back a little bit, I found that.
How about that that bounty where you got 5 points for heavy kills?
I
Was
tweeted
it
that out.
2
It was
for
like-
special?
2 for special.
And
and
1 for primary.
Yeah,
Hilarious.
Yeah. It makes no sense.
Well, one of the only thing that was frustrating for me when I was running Solo Briar is I'd like to make a public service announcement for everybody watching this podcast and who listens to it on YouTube and through our, through Podbean and all that stuff in iTunes. If standing next to a teammate and they die, right? I'm not even telling you to go out of your way. All I'm saying is that if a teammate dies and it's just a little bit on the left thumbstick, just slide a little over and pick up that blue tag of yours. Go ahead and do it. Just jump out there, be that teammate, and pick up your fallen teammate's tags. Just, that's the game mode. It's not Slayer. And you're stealing away a point from them, and you can help your team. So
That's right.
Hashtag Blue Crests matter.
Blue Crest absolutely matter. It's like your death
They
didn't
give you
even
super
matter.
energy too, so it's not like you're just doing it
They do, yeah.
for the
I find myself
objective. It gives you
screaming in the
super energy.
screen, before you hit the revive. I'm like, just pick up my tag.
It's right there.
It's right there.
You know what? Watts,
It's on
you
the
just-
radar. It's a giant icon on your screen.
Right? Yeah, you definitely have
What
to
more they
pick up the
have to
crest,
do?
guys. Pick up those crests. Pick up the blue ones especially because it's literally negating a kill. But Watts just said something that I think might be the problem. I'm personally enjoying Supremacy. I'm having a great time in it. I do
Are you
shotgun
jug
rush.
shottying, Tefty?
No jug shotty. I would never do that.
Okay.
I would never
Okay,
do a
okay.
jug shotty. I'm the type of guy
Never
that likes to
shoot
slide around the corner. I never run at people. Well, I mean, sometimes I do and I die and it makes me feel embarrassed for running just straight
And
at
then
somebody
you're
with a
like,
shotgun.
damn it, I'm that guy.
Yeah, and then I
feel
recalibrate what I'm supposed to do, like slide around the corner and shoot somebody and be like, oh, that sucks, doesn't it? But the fact that you get extra super energy from picking up the crest, I think that needs to change because the amount of supers you get in Supremacy, if you are on a roll, is kind of ridiculous. Like you can get 3
It
or
feels a
4
little
blades.
like mayhem.
Yeah, exactly. It feels like
Yeah.
mayhem.
Yeah.
You can get like 3 or 4 blades in one match comfortably, like just like a casual.
But that's
You know?
but that's the game mode, Tessie. It's a little mix of mayhem. It's little mix of you know, Rift. It's an objective-based game mode that's fast, frenetic, and it's not Trials. It's not MLG super serious sweaty game modes. It's a fun, energetic, shotgun heavy at the moment, but if people slow down and they play a game like Watts is saying, just support your teammates, pick up those blue bags, be that second layer of defense. Think of like the Civil War or the 300 where there's 2 layers, the guys up in front, they die, just fill that gap and help them out. It's a really fun game mode if you don't go in there super serious thinking that you're qualifying for MLG Anaheim.
I played it both ways. I happened to get the Dune Marchers to drop for me on Tuesday morning, so I definitely wanted to check those things out in Supremacy, and they are like an amazing exotic combined with a shotgun in this game mode, because you're just running so fast, like you're just flying around the map. And I ended up switching to the Invective because I was just running out of ammo so frequently with my shotgun that I decided, well, why have that problem? And it was just so much fun to just get in the mix and just go like have absolute chaos and be getting my super constantly. And then today I played on my my Hunter and my Warlock more, so I decided I'd stay back a little bit more, use my primary to soften people up, and let my teammates go in and get the crest. And I had fun doing that too. Either way was fun for me. My score was obviously better when I was in the mix with the shotgun, picking up those crests constantly. But I was having fun, like, from behind. I even pulled out a sniper for a while and was having fun just sniping people. That was a good time, too. Because there's no snipers in there. If you have a sniper, you're the only fucker in there with a sniper rifle.
If you have a high fire rate sniper rifle, like a Praetus, but give me a couple of...
Whaler and March?
Whaler and Smart. Anything that has a high fire rate, there's so many people with auto rifles and grenades and so much stuff going on in the game that you can get a lot of body shot kills with a high fire rate sniper rifle and help your teammates out.
Body shots. Body shots.
Hey, look, I'm
Blasphemy.
Stop it, guys. It's a fun game mode. I don't
It's
know.
fun.
That's how you
Strategy.
snipe these days. You go for body shots. That's how you're supposed to snipe now, right?
Right?
It's not to me, it's
Sniping
not as like
is,
sweaty as
you know.
Trials, or it's not even really as tactical as Control, but it's just a lot of fun to just jump in. And a lot of people are complaining, oh, well, it's just shotguns. Of course it's just shotguns. You gotta be there to pick up your crest. You gotta be close range, so of course it's gonna be
I
shotguns.
think a lot of the stuff that I've been saying about shotguns on Twitter, people are like, oh, but it's Supremacy. I'm like, no, I'm talking about the entire Crucible. Like, it's a mix of everything, right? Juggernaut got buffed. Shoulder Charge got nerfed. Snipers got nerfed. Nothing happened to shotguns. Supremacy comes in as a game mode that is a close quarters game mode, so everyone's just running around using shotguns. That is now what every game mode in the Crucible is like. It's the same as it is in Supremacy. You might see one more sniper, but now that's just how people play the Crucible now, is they use shotguns and they use Jug and they use Stormcallers. Blade Dancers are maybe there here and there, but Hunters are a dying breed. It's literally just like Warlock, Stormcaller, Jug shotting. That's like it.
I feel like ever since the April patch, it's been a slow trend, and then has hit like a maximum kind of with Matador now dropping like candy. Apparently, like I haven't even gone in and tried to farm for a Matador yet, but I want one because I get mapped by it, the Matador 64, and I want.
I've been trying, Tefty. I can't get one to drop for the life of me.
Yeah,
I never got a Party Crasher last year. Like during the whole year, I never got one.
Yeah, I got a decent Party Crasher, aggressive ballistics, grenadier, rifle barrel, and final round. But if I had that or replenish on a Matador, I'd love it. Or like performance bonus or
I'm
whatever.
still rocking that Conspiracy Theory D that we got as a quest reward from the Tank. It's my best shotgun still.
Yeah, but I feel like the trend in the Crucible has just been heading towards shotguns are very prevalent. They're very useful. Also, I just wanted to say real quick before we move off the Supremacy talk, Drifter is the worst map possible for Supremacy. Not only should it be out of sixes, you should never play sixes on Drifter, but the crests just pop up into the air and float off.
You gotta like go after him. You gotta go chase him.
What the hell?
What you
I
gotta
like
do, you
it.
gotta put on
I think
carnival
it's fun.
music. You gotta put on carnival music. It's like
You gotta put on the the Benny Hill theme song.
That's the best one, Triple. That's the best one. How do you feel about Supremacy, Triple?
Well, I do like it as a mode, but like you guys have said, it kind of highlights some of the imbalances with the current meta, and that can be frustrating, especially when it's compounded by 6v6 on a lot of these maps, which frankly I don't think really support 6v6 well enough. But yeah, as a game mode, I really enjoy it, and I'm glad it's in the game. I'd like to see some other changes that would hopefully make it a little bit, I don't know, a little less special weapon focused, particularly the shotguns. But I don't know. I have fun with it. I do. Yeah, I've been enjoying Iron Banner.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been kind of rocking the. Well, it worked in Trials, so I said, screw it, I'll end up doing it in Iron Banner as well. Just use the Trespasser. Use that, and basically every single match was me against 6 shotgun rushers for the most part. So you get really good at just avoiding and running away.
Yeah.
The problem is you can only run away so much before you're eventually flanked, or you find you can only run away so much before you just get kind of mowed down by all the shotgun players.
Those shotguns have unbelievable range.
And the other thing is, like, people always say, oh, well, it's so easy to counter a shotgun. Just back up. Just be careful with your engagements. And it's like, yes, there are ways that you can alter your playstyle to kind of mitigate your death to shotguns and such, but it's easy to outplay bad people with shotguns. But it is not easy to outplay good players with shotguns, and that's
I ended up
think something that is lost.
Some of my last games this time were against some really sweaty players. It was like a OTF, couple people from BSK, some other people from IAM, and some of my last couple of games. And it's like I feel confident against most shotgunners, but against people that basically live and die by the shotgun. They just live, breathe, wake up shotgun. That is what they eat their breakfast with. I could not compete with those guys.
Then let's talk about, like, all right, so we're talking about a close quarters combat playstyle, right? Let's boil it down. Let's take away the fact that most of the maps are CQC and should be 6v6 and are better at 3v3. Let's focus on one issue here. If we are going to, at the way the game is currently played, what changes to what class of primary needs to live at that range? I mean, if we want to see primaries, right, there needs to be a primary that is effective at that CQC range.
The problem is
the
if you have
doctrine in hand cannons are effective at that range. They just get outclassed by long range shotguns.
It's very, very simple, or it's very difficult to get the proper time to kill, like the absolute best time to kill, like a hand cannon or one of the high rate of fire auto rifles, when you're facing down someone that's that has very quick movement abilities. And for primaries to be in a state to kind of counteract that aggressive playstyle, I don't think that's going to be possible without us getting to like Call of Duty style time to kills on primaries. It's a very delicate operation, and I don't know. I feel like the only time that we really had that was like Last Word. Last Word is one of the very few primaries right now that can actually do that, but that's only in like a 1v1 scenario. If you add another player into the mix, you're gonna die. You're gonna have to swap to your own shotgun.
Oh wait, no, never mind. I guess you could go Last Word sidearm.
I've done that a couple times, and
How did that go?
It's cute. It's cute, and then you see someone with like a pulse rifle, and you just die. So
Yeah.
I think sidearms are almost better than the Last Word these days, because
Trespasser is
Yeah.
better than the Last Word in my opinion.
Well, I had I know we started off this discussion with Iron Banner. We went from Trials of Osiris to Iron Banner. I'm one of those people that really likes the changes that they made, the loot drop system, out of the game mode. I like their direction they're going in. To me, the game is more fun to play right now than it has been since the game started.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying myself immensely.
I've been enjoying it too. I just want to talk about like pro shotgun skills also. The thing that a lot of people forget is that a really good shotgunner is also good at their primary. And so those, like, people think of a shotgunner coming at them and they're just running at them with a shotgun and they happen to get a kill because of range or something like that. A pro shotgunner doesn't do that. It doesn't run at you directly. It uses angles. It picks away at you with primary. And then when enough of the engagement has happened where they can close the gap, suddenly they fly around the corner and then shoot you with the shotgun from like a height above you. That's what like you need to remember about the shotgun meta, is that people who are really good with it, you typically don't see them when they kill you because they can fly around
By
really
the time
fast.
you see them, it's too late.
Exactly.
You're dead.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
And also that
if you
extreme
have them,
range feels
Yeah.
longer when you have half health, you know?
exactly, it feels longer with half health because they've already pecked you down with primary from a distance, and you're thinking, oh, I'm in a primary engagement with them. Suddenly they dip out to recover health, and then they're behind you shooting you with the Matador 64, and that's what a pro shotgunner does, and that's why people get a little salty over that, because that's honestly very difficult to counter. Like, seriously.
I think the issue is we have a game that's very fast in terms of movement. You know, way faster than Halo was or is or probably ever will be.
Mm-hmm.
But the time to kill for primaries has gotten higher. So therefore, what weapons stand out even more? It's the weapons that are able to kill quickly, and you know, special weapons have very low time to kill, right? And so we have players that are able to move around at lightning speed, all three classes, and it's very easy to disengage from any type of primary gunfight. It's like, oh yeah, take some damage, and I can just dip out, and I can choose which engagements I want. I can play with, you know, a universal and a shotgun and just sit in certain parts of the map and never be forced into a medium or long range, you know, engagement. So I think there's only real like two possibilities to go in, and it's either one, we nerf the speed of the game down, so like players run slower, they jump slower, and just bring everything down into the line with where primaries are, or we just need to buff primaries. And I'm in favor of buffing, I mean, not all primaries. Some primaries are in a good spot, like Doctrine's good, like Tlaloc's good. I think hand cannon time to kill is fine. I just think, you know, some of the inconsistencies with accuracy could be improved. I fell in love with Destiny because it was a fast game, because it was unique. Like it wasn't Call of Duty. Like even the worst of Crucible in terms of, you know, like last words hitting 111s and all that, I still felt there was way more basic gameplay in terms of being able to outthink and outplay people. You know, like I didn't feel like I was necessarily gonna lose every time someone got the first shot on me because of all the movement abilities. And I think that some of that has gone away, and I miss that. And so I like the game to be faster, not crazy fast, but just, you know, small bumps to certain primaries I think would do wonders for the game. And so that's what I'm praying for.
Do you guys think we're gonna see a major update to the weapon balance, or do you think we're gonna be waiting until Destiny 2 for that?
I think we'll see some sort of update.
Yeah,
like
I'm
at
sure.
some point.
They've gone on record and said that they want to do like quarterly updates to the balance. So I would expect something maybe
December
when SRL
ish.
comes out. Yeah.
I would expect small tweaks, but I wouldn't expect like a major change. Wait, what I'm thinking is like something like Update 2.0, where I mean they just went whole hog and they changed almost every
Gutted some
archetype.
classes.
I mean,
and all that.
2.0 was the Taken King update, right?
Right.
Yeah, so you know that was also generally with every expansion. There's a fairly large sandbox update.
We didn't really see that big of one here.
There really wasn't
changes.
that huge a one.
Like the sniper rifles got the biggest changes, it felt like, but most things
They
just got
did.
little, really subtle tweaks.
Mm-hmm. I
But on a
personally
Euro
don't think that they're
Euro
going to.
game, you would hope that they're getting there too.
Yeah, I personally don't think that they're going to do a big update where like things get dramatically changed. I think they're going to do some adjustments, to certain archetypes here and there. But I think it's going to be until Destiny 2 where we actually have a major adjustment because it's literally going to be a new sandbox. It's going to be a new engine.
It's gonna be a brand new game.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
And
excited
everything they've
for
learned,
that.
I'm looking
in
forward to
Destiny 1
that
can be
in
applied to
Yeah.
Destiny
so
2.
many ways, yeah.
Hopefully,
I have
interesting
a
to see, for sure.
I think a good way for them to reset the sandbox would be to remove the Fellwinter's archetype of shotguns. Just doesn't exist anymore. Low impact shotguns, boom, there we go. So much easier to balance and everything.
It's true.
Be great. Be great.
Well, one of the reasons that low impact shotguns don't have a place in PvP for the most part is because of how scarce special ammo is.
Mhm.
Because you take 2 shots on average to kill someone with your shotgun, so you're using twice the ammo. Like it's impractical, right? It's inefficient.
Yeah. And in the time it takes you to get that second shot off, the party crasher killed you in 1 shot.
Right.
Exactly.
And in my opinion, I feel like shotguns are not overpowered at all. I feel like shotguns are fine. I just think it's the other kind of parts of weapon balance that aren't keeping them in check.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, yes, in year 1 we had shotguns, we had Fellwinners, we had Matadors and Party Crashers with shot package. They sniped people. It was ridiculous. But you had primaries that punished people that did not know how to use their primary. Yeah, anyone can pick up a shotgun and go pick up a couple kills, but like a great player is able to use a primary effectively, and that's what I feel like we're missing now. Like you have a great primary shot and know how to use it now, but you simply just can't outplay some people now that that
Yeah,
are
that's the
just
thing,
running at you with a
it's-
shotgun.
It's become a lot easier for those players to just run at you with a shotgun, and it's harder to punish them for doing that. Because they're not playing the way that they're supposed to be playing, right? They're not using that shotgun the way that they're supposed to be using it, but now it's a lot harder. Now people have learned how to use all of the movement modes to be super fast. It's a lot harder to punish those people who are just running
It's-
at you
it-
across the map with a shotgun.
It's not that they're like using it, not how they're supposed to. It's more in the creative use of game mechanics category where everyone's learned how to move really well in the game and recognize that you have weapons with time to kills, and then you have weapons with 1-shot range and not 1-shot range, and
Yeah.
add movement ability plus weapons that have 1-shot range. And
Right, and now we have things like Thunderstrike, and we have Juggernaut, which is a lot better now than it was in year 1, and
Yeah.
hunters are using bones and playing with fleet-footed and stuff, and it's just you can close an insane distance in the blink of an eye. And a lot of the maps are designed with not huge sight lines,
Yeah.
It's like I actually enjoy playing some of the combined arms maps because I can go in and just use a scout rifle, and that's all I can
Yeah.
use for the entire game, and it's really refreshing. It's like a different game. And yeah, I don't know. I like to think that obviously Bungie is very in tune with like statistics and gathering data and seeing, breaking it down by the numbers, and I think that they see that there's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, what are they going to do about it? My fear is that now we're going to nerf shotguns, and we're just going to keep
Right.
nerfing and nerfing and nerfing, and then I just don't like the potential way that the game could go in terms of that direction.
Yeah, it's a fundamental problem with the movement speed. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the whole
certainly creates quite the interesting environment to play in. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But
The fastest
I
class
know,
in the game has a fat shield. That's
yeah, I know on the podcast
It just
I
got
seem
faster
to
with a new exotic.
It is pretty amazing.
I
didn't
know on
even
the
get that exotic.
podcast.
Oh, it's so good.
On the podcast, I seem to kind of hate against shotguns a lot, but half of it's in jest, half of it's in I get frustrated at not seeing variety in the Crucible. It's like, oh,
Right.
I got killed by a Matador. I got killed by a Party Crasher. I got killed by a Matador, Party Crasher. And like you look in the kill feed, you just see shotguns going in there, and it's like, man,
Shotguns
this
and
is
melees.
Yeah.
man,
And
this
again,
is
and again,
wanted
it's
to-
like
cool.
I like shotguns. I think they belong in the game. I think you should be able to use a shotgun whenever you want. Like, in fact, I feel like we should have unlimited special ammo. Okay, because
my.
if the game is balanced, then you'll be using the weapons properly at the different distances and having success. You know?
Mhm.
I actually wanted to
Interesting,
ask you about sniper rifles. Since the sniper rifle nerf in the latest big update, Triple, like how are you feeling? Snipers are balanced. Are you? Do you think they got hit too hard? Are you enjoying using them still? What are you thinking about sniper rifles?
Okay. Probably the biggest issue with snipers is that ammo is more of an issue for sniping. At least, okay, we'll talk about the 6v6. Sniping is really difficult just because, again, the maps are generally small. A lot of them are just very unfriendly to snipers, period. You know, if you have maps like Drifter, maps like Thieves' Den, etc. And the higher you go in terms of skill, the less players are standing out in the open just waiting for you to put your crosshair on them and pull the trigger. And that's why even in like competitive play and such, you see sniping just become less common, and it's sad though, because like I feel like the goal is, yeah, sniping, shotguns, sidearms, and fusions are all equally viable. Now, is that perfect balance a realistic thing that we'll ever see? Probably not, but I think that's always what you're striving for as a game developer, right? You put everything in the game with the hopes of seeing it all being used, right?
Right.
So I think in 3v3, 2v2, or whatever, I think sniping is still viable if you're a really good player. But you know, the ammo situation really hurts them in 6v6. I don't really know if the flinch itself makes a big difference, because like even before that change, like if you got shot at, you know, while you were sniping, you're like, this is rare that you were going to hit them anyway. I kind of wish that, right? I kind of wish that the handling hadn't been nerfed, and like the scopes and stuff. I didn't feel that was necessary. I feel like there's other ways to nerf sniping, like make body shots lower damage, lower aim assist, things like that. I always want to encourage skillful play, and let me tell you, back in year one, or you know, up till that April update, if you were able to aggressively snipe, that was a skill. That was a skill.
sure.
And if I ever had someone, you know, running around the map and just picking me off with headshots left and right, they were outplaying me or getting incredibly lucky. And either way, I'm fine with that. You know. So I don't know. I think they might have gone a different way than I would have, but I don't think sniping is dead. It's just, in a lot of the playlists, it's just not viable in the traditional sense that it used to be.
Well, also
I still see a lot of it in trials.
yeah, that's true. In threes, it is effective to have at least one sniper. I think the thing,
Right.
I think the thing with shotguns is it's just become really accessible to get a great shotgun. That's another thing too. Like in year one, it was.
There's a lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah. In year one, it was a little bit more difficult to get like a decent shotgun until obviously House of Wolves came out. You could reroll. But then once Taken King came out, like once you get that Conspiracy Theory D, that was your shotgun rush starter kit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny too, because at the beginning of the Taken King, I would have said shotguns are fine. You know, like there's no problem. The Conspiracy Theory D was like kind of the best shotgun most people had, and it felt balanced in regard to where primaries were at. But as more people started getting maxed out impact range party crashers, I started to see a problem. Like, and it developed very slowly for me over time. As more people got these things, and I came against them, I saw that problem develop. And now that the matadors are just everywhere, like it's really just highlighted for me. Is like, I you know, a juggernaut titan comes at me down a straight hallway, and I unload everything I got into him, but you know, he can kill me before I can kill him. You know, it's like there's nothing I can do. I'm backing up. I was at the end of the hallway anyway. There's just nothing I could have done because I don't have a primary that can get through that shield fast enough before he gets within range, and I think that is an issue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I'm
and
really
another
hoping
thing-
that this Iron Banner kind of illustrates to Bungie what the problem is, because I think this Iron Banner is kind of showing what some issues are and what could be looked at. I just hope that they don't go the way that we don't want them to go, which is just being like, okay,
Right.
shotguns, just nerf them, it's fine, everything's
Yeah.
good now, because it's not really the issue.
Yeah, that's not balancing.
I think, again, like, sniping in Destiny, it's not something that you can really just fit in to some, like, preconceived notion of what sniping is in other games and such, right? Because Destiny, it's so vertical. Players are so fast. And, in a game like Halo traditionally, like before Halo even had sprint, right? Like, a player could only close the distance so quickly. But again, in Destiny, you're looking one direction, like you're trying to look down a lane, and you take your eye off the radar for 1 second, and then some dude just flanked you, and like you have no chance. So having maybe if all the maps were like as big as Bastion, right, or First Light, then maybe sniping would fit in more with that type of setup, because you can sit at the outside edges of the map, like you can choose your engagement distance, and that's different. But then you go into a map like Floating Gardens or something, it's like it's very difficult to set up effectively with a sniper and do well consistently. It's so hard. And I think nerfing things like the handling, like scopes and all this other stuff, I think that just they're trying to balance snipers for a different game. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's another thing is we don't really know like what the perfect Destiny match plays out for Bungie. Like, what is the perfect Destiny match? Like, what weapons are everyone using? Like, what is the absolute effectiveness of each weapon? Like, we don't really know what their goal is. It's hard. Like, I have a goal. Like, if it were up to me, like I would make the game, such and such a way. But I'm not Bungie, and they have their own ideas and such to make their game, and I'm curious to know what that is.
Yeah, I'm curious too,
And I think-
because it feels like
I think they've shown us. I think that we see the game. It's something that's come up in the conversation earlier, is that we haven't seen a whole lot of changes between the updates. I think they're zeroing in on the game that they want, and
that's what I think.
It's pretty close, and we are either going to embrace it or not. And I think that as a sandbox design team, they've communicated to us, and not the way that we're maybe used to hearing from Bungie or from Deej saying, "Hey, this is the game that we want." Because if they say that, it sounds like they're shutting off all communication from the community and saying, "Hey, screw you, this is the game we want."
Well,
But I
they
think
don't.
they're showing
They
us-
don't want to
It's
sound
that
selective.
tug and pull between this is our vision as creators and then what the community wants, right? It's always going to be going back and forth there. And look, if this is the game they want, if Destiny is like a shotgun primary game, like even Gears of War or something, that's okay. Like that's fine with me. Like just come out and say it, and then I don't have to worry about it. Like thinking that, oh well, maybe they can change this or make this better or whatever. Because I still like Destiny, even if it was that. Even if Destiny was nothing but shotguns, you have one weapon, it's a shotgun. That's it. I would still
Your
play and
primary.
enjoy Destiny because it's a fun game to
Yeah.
me, and no matter the current state, I'll always play it and support it. So. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've zeroed in on like the close quarter combat is what they prefer. It's what they want. Both the new maps feature a lot of close quarter combat. There's a prevalent amount of shotguns that they've introduced that are good in the Crucible, and they've made it relatively easy to get those shotguns.
No.
And like a great
They've
palindrome you
said
can
it.
buy.
I mean,
yeah,
they've come out and said it. Like special weapons are what you use to kill 1-on-1, and primaries are what you use to team shot people.
that's true.
Right? They've said that.
Yeah, I think
They're not expected 1-on-1 gunfights with primaries. That's what you
poopy.
use.
That's
it's kind of
unfortunate. Like if that's what they want, then I think it's just missing out on something that was great about Destiny in the past, which
I agree with you.
Yeah, no, completely agree. Like playing the alpha and the beta and going from then all the way to now, it's getting less and less and less primary. Just less and less primary. And
I think
that's
they're
really
wanting
sad.
us. I think that they're wanting us to, something that I'm not used to because I came from Halo and Call of Duty, but they're wanting the game to shift to, in my opinion, grenades, supers, and abilities as the primary way of killing or of engagements. And so the game's meta is changing to less about a gun game and more about a class type build.
As a new player, you can jump in and you're going to get some kills because you're going to earn your super eventually. You're going to get some grenade sticks. You're going to get some melee kills. Like as a brand new player, the game is very friendly, and I think Bungie likes that about the game.
Yeah.
And balancing, high level play with that aspect is hard to do.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't personally enjoy watching like anything that is super competitive Destiny where it's literally just people running around with a shotgun. Like I like seeing those guys who are better than me using their primary and being in those fights, and because Destiny is a game with so much movement and so much ability to turn on someone, it doesn't matter if you get shot first. You have that ability to outplay someone. I like watching that. And I think that the fact that we're just in this shotgun thing, I think it's okay, but I think that Destiny could be a lot more, and I think it could go back a little bit to what it was, the primaries being the thing that you wanted to use because that was the thing that was going to kill the best for you. And I think, I don't know, I really like primary gunfight. I think it's the most interesting to play. I think it's the most interesting to watch. And I miss seeing snipers in competitive too, like pulling off really crazy snipes. I think we've just gone down this road of nerfing everything, and now it's got to the point where it's like, let's all just run around and throw grenades at each other and use a shotgun. That's how we're gonna play.
Yeah.
It's the fastest way to kill anybody.
I think it's kind of disappointing.
Well, yeah,
do you guys want to talk about the weekly update a little bit?
Yeah.
We totally can.
Change the topic.
Because we could probably go on about shotguns.
Please do. We're gonna.
Yeah.
I think I've become, and just one last thing. Before I've changed out, I've become less and less of a. I've had less time. I've become more of a casual player, and when I jump on and play, it used to take me a while to get warmed up as a competitive player, and now my play style has changed. I'm enjoying more casual game modes and using my super and class abilities. I'm changing the way I play because I just don't have the time to stay sharp like I used to, and so the game has evolved for me. And I think I'm zeroing in on I'm becoming more of the kind of player that they are making the game for. I feel so.
So in the weekly update this week, we got a date for the heroic version of the Wrath of the Machine raid.
That's right.
We
It's
did.
going to be on the 18th of October. Everybody
I will
ready?
not be playing it as soon as it
Max
comes
Light?
out. I will be playing it that evening, and I'm kind of excited to watch people like stream it and see what it is and see what everyone does, because I actually really enjoy that. I enjoy watching people go through the raid for the first time. So I'll be playing it that evening. I'm gonna try not to ruin too much of it for myself. Maybe watch just a little bit. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with Wrath of the Machine.
Yeah, what do you guys think are going to be like the changes, like Arc Priest? I mean, one of the main things we're thinking is multiple monitors for the Arc Priest, right?
Yeah, multiple. That's like a given. That is a given. There's monitors scattered around different pillars, different parts of the room. Like, I think that was just going to be a given. Maybe the monitors will play more of a mechanic than just kill this or it wipes you. Maybe.
Maybe you have less safe rooms.
Less safe rooms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's say
Maybe
no safe
using a
rooms.
safe room, like deactivates it for the rest, so you all have to get to it. Because right now,
Everybody has to
yeah.
go to their own safe room.
there's only 4. There's only 4.
Well, I mean, like, there's no more than 2
It's
people.
like
in the
Simon
safe
says with your fire team.
room. Yeah, you're like, you start bumping into each other.
I got it. They're gonna put binary on the monitors, and you have to shoot the monitors in the order
swear
of
to God.
binary.
I swear to
I
God.
quit. I heard there's a new Call of Duty game coming out. I think I might
That sounds evil, right?
sound better and
I
better
shot
every day.
0101. No, man, that's not one.
No, you did 0110. What are you doing?
Where the fuck is Dado?
Oh man. What about
Meanwhile, math class is the only one that clears the raid because they can actually read binary.
Right?
what about the siege tank? Do you think there's gonna be anything specific about that?
More parts.
Ooh, multiple parts.
I think they're going to
6
drop the
parts?
frame rate a little lower to make it a little more difficult.
1 FPS. Yeah, 1 FPS
Yeah.
difficulty mode.
Yeah. More disconnects should make it more
maybe-
difficult.
So maybe there's a cooldown after, like a more of a cooldown when you.
When you're carrying the
Oh,
pieces.
maybe.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I could see that.
that sounds like something they could do.
Yeah. Or there could also be sticky bombs every literal inch you move. So there's like 1,000
More of a
sticky bombs.
minefield.
Yeah.
Potentially.
They
Okay,
could do
so
I
that.
let's
haven't
take a
run
look
the
at-
raid at 285. I think the last time I was in there, I was at like 273 or something like that. And people were still dying. So just not having reses in that part of the raid is going to make
That's
it
true.
very difficult. Like,
Mhm.
That's a very good.
That
point.
is very true.
Yeah, not having reses alone is a big thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
for
You-
challenge
you don't-
mode, I could see that everybody's got to touch every one of those pieces. So
Yeah.
you can't just like two-man one piece all the way across. Like you got to rotate so everybody touches one of those pieces.
Or yeah, challenge mode like that. What if also hard mode means that once you pick up a piece, you can't ever pick it up again? Do you think that's impossible?
Don't think there's enough.
You should
There's,
pick
there's
up
not enough
different-
time.
Pick up
Yeah.
different pieces or something?
No, I mean, yeah,
Maybe.
You'd
per
have to rotate
piece.
to another piece.
Yeah, per piece, you can only
Yeah.
pick it up one time.
You can never pick up the same
So
piece
you
again.
Okay,
have 6
yeah, no, I can
chances
see
to
that,
get all
yeah.
the way to
I
the
can see
siege
that.
tank.
Yeah, I like that.
Hmm.
I think that'd be better as a
I
challenge
hope
mode.
I always get
I
this
hope-
wrong. I
I
always
hope
make
it's very
predictions, I always get it
challenging.
wrong.
I hope they add a lot of mechanics. Like the more challenging, the better. That's one of the most fun things. Maybe the most fun thing for me in Destiny is playing a raid for the first time or hard mode for the first time.
Mhm.
Now heroic mode. I just love that, and I was a little disappointed that King's Fall wasn't more challenging on hard mode. But then again, we got challenge mode later, which was. So I have no idea what they're gonna do, but I'm looking forward to it.
Well,
Me too.
one of the things that I'm excited about is next week on the podcast we have Dado, and so on the 13th, so we are gonna pick his brain, and he's
That'll
gonna give
probably
us all
design the raid.
the- He's probably under
Let's
some
face it
embargo
at
where
this
he
point.
can't talk about it. Yeah.
He's a contractor for the
Yeah.
raid team.
So we've got him next week to talk about the raid, and I think he's. I don't know. Who do you think's going to get world's first? Redeem, math class. Triplewreck, are you doing it?
Well, I mean, we'll throw our hat in the ring, of course, as always. Historically, it's been pretty diverse in terms of which groups have finished first
That's
for the
true.
raids, which is great, and I like that. And so maybe we'll see another, unknown team come out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to be at Bungie and like hang out in their theater as like the whole studio is watching
it go
the
down.
streams
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Oh, they like Bungie now, like in their front lobby, they actually have a projection screen going up with like a bunch of Destiny streams going on. So like
dear.
you walk into the lobby and you see four different streams just like, and you can see it from the outside of the building. So
Well, that's cool.
Now
case
for
you're
sure
ever
we can
streaming.
watch us play.
yeah.
I'm definitely
just,
looking
no
forward to
pressure,
jumping in
no
for
pressure.
the first time. It's ridiculously fun. jumping into a raid for the first time and then doing the hard mode for the first time, working with your teammates to try and get copacetic on a strategy. And once you figure out the strategy that you need, then executing is, it's a blast. It really is. And I'm looking forward to the hard mode.
Yeah. It should be really cool. The one thing is, you should practice running the raid now without dying during encounters, because you never realize how much you rely on reses in the final fight. You're like, oh, someone's dead. Okay, we're gonna need to be really tight on this phase. It's like, no, they're dead.
That's
this
true.
better be the last phase, and we better be able to kill him, or else we should probably just wipe.
Yeah.
Whatever. I just been watching Slayridge's video of 2-man in the damn thing, so that after the fire team wipes, you just finish it anyway.
There you go.
That dude is insane, man. I
Yeah.
can't believe he 2-manned it.
What is it going to be possible to 1-man it, and what class is going to do it?
I genuinely don't believe so.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
I don't think you just.
I don't know. I would have said that about Kingsfall too.
We said that about Kingsfall, yeah.
We said that about Kingsfall. This one has some pretty specific mechanics where, I don't know, unless maybe
Kingsfall,
you
needed 4 people to be standing on pillars.
Yeah. Well, you say that, but then, the actual mechanic was, something different that you needed to work on. You didn't need to get the pillars, you just needed to do the ogres. This one, you got to get that immunity shield down, so you need to focus on getting the Siva charges. Well, maybe if you were to kill one thing, throw a Siva charge, get your super back up, die, kill one thing, get Siva charge, die, keep doing that over and over.
There you go.
You might be able to get a damage phase out of it. It would be difficult, I think, but it might be possible.
And then to cover the whole area as a single guardian to get the thing on his back.
Pretty intense.
I mean, at this point, it wouldn't surprise me. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's also a Bungie bounty coming. They're playing Supremacy on the PlayStation 4 on Wednesday, October 12th, 10 a.m. Pacific time.
And this one's going to be different.
Why is that?
Well, because the Bungie bounty isn't going to be played on multiplayer. It's going to be played in a private match. And what they're going to do is they're going to take
people from the chat.
And they're going to pop them in. So they'll probably do like streamers do right now, is they'll do a lottery system where you're in chat and, you see it often in Twitch streams. So I'm guessing they're probably going to do that.
That's really cool.
And if you win that lottery, you get to play with Bungie, against Bungie in a private match. And you have a chance to win. So I think it's a great addition. You get the emblem, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's fun. It's a good use of private matches.
Yeah, it's cool.
I think it's good, yeah.
Agreed.
Because usually in Bungie bounties, skill-based matchmaking will stop you from finding them. I literally lived 15 minutes from Bungie and tried for 2 hours and couldn't find them. So, yeah. So that's good. They're going to have a bunch of different people. But on the other hand, it's not going to be pre-made teams playing against Bungie. It's going to be individual people, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out, too. I think it's good.
That's true.
I always like watching those because every once in a while,
They're fun.
you get a little insight from, kind of like a little quip or a little, piece, a little news nugget out of one of these guys. It just kind of pops out, and it's always fun to listen to these guys play.
Yeah.
Where's my tinfoil hat?
When are they? I wonder who they're gonna pick from Bungie to support them. I mean, is it gonna be? Why are we whipping out the tinfoil hats?
I have a theory, but before we get into the questions, I have one theory that requires a tinfoil hat.
Oh my
and
goodness!
Before we transition, I will need this.
Okay.
They also talked about a couple of things that they're looking to fix in Destiny, the local network fire team issues. I know a lot of people are having this issue where you get to
I get it all the time.
stations,
Every day, almost.
You can't play each other. You just can't play with each other, and that really sucks.
Yeah, and if you're in the same
so they're
room,
looking
you
into
definitely
this?
want to play with each other.
Right. Yeah. That's the point of having 2 PlayStations.
Yeah.
I've literally never
so
had
they're
any
looking-
problem with linking up in the same fire team when memes is on.
I think it depends a lot on what router you're running.
Yeah, and if you have UPnP fully supported.
Yeah, and this NAT acceleration issue, which I really, honestly, I have no idea what it means, but they're looking into it. They're trying to fix it. They just want to let you know. They also have a list of known issues. The S39 Light Rider Sparrow is not currently available through Crucible reputation packages. Dusty Iron Engrams are incorrectly rewarding legendary marks when dismantled.
Pay to win.
I figured that was
Pay to
a
win.
bug.
That
I
was a
figured
bug?
that was a
I
bug.
knew that was going to be a bug.
I was ready to like start this podcast off with just some fire and brimstone. We're fucking there. We're at pay to win.
$100 for 200
I'm glad to
bucks.
see it's a
A
bug.
very strong argument could be made that we are there anyway. And
No,
if
we
we're
are
not
there anyway, and the silver economy is still completely bullshit right
The
now.
silver
We
is
should.
awful. Silver,
we
I
sh-
hate silver.
Can we just like next podcast devote a solid block
I'm
of
down.
time?
I
The
devoted
silver-
a
the
10-minute
silver
video
dust
to it today.
travesty.
Yeah,
Yes.
I.
What are you guys talking about? What's wrong with it?
The silver dust
Silver
is so
dust?
expensive.
You can only get like what is it, 4 silver dust a week?
You
if
can
don't
you
use
can
your
Five.
money?
you can get 6 silver
Five?
dust
Six,
per
yeah.
week. You get 1 for opening the
maximum of
package,
6.
and then 5 for dismantling the ornament in said package.
I don't
Possible
know
of
what
6
you're
per
talking
week.
about. You just buy a Radiant treasure box,
For $2.
and then you open it up, and then you dismantle the stuff you get, and bam, you got like 10
The
silver
problem
dust right
is the problem is some people can't buy that, which I understand. You know, it's some people
Okay,
can't
I
buy
think
that, and then there's also like the ornaments cost 25 from Zur, so that's going to take you 5
Yeah.
to work towards that.
Yeah, it's,
there.
Uh,
If you want the sparrow, it's 75.
it's
silver dust.
75. Yeah.
What it does is it
75.
incentivizes, and I'm in agreement with you guys. I was just kind of sticking in it, but what it incentivizes is that there's such a gap between what you could earn legitimately. It's almost like they're encouraging people to buy the Radiant treasures to get the new stuff, right?
Right.
And so it's available. There is a
Which they
legitimate
did in an April update too.
but it wasn't this far of a gap, Briar. It
No,
wasn't
that's
like
true.
this is
a
like
big
this is
gap.
like a big gap.
No,
You're
I
gonna
agree.
have to, for a guy that plays 5 hours a week, this is gonna take me a long ass time.
There's
I think
Yeah.
the only
yeah.
reason the community didn't explode over the Sterling treasures was because you could get so many of them per week. But now that it's so much harder to get them, it's going to be much
Yeah.
more of an issue. And I mean, being able to buy rep boosters with money, I think, is an issue. You know, like there's a lot of
They
these
give
issues.
them out though, Briar. Briar,
Yeah,
rep boosters are given
I
out
don't
like
understand who's buying the rep boosters because
Yeah.
like you get one pretty much every time you rank up, and
Pretty
it
close to it.
only like if you they last for like 2 hours. Like that's
Yep.
enough to rank up again easily, both Crucible and Strikes. I don't know, like you should never run out of rep boosts, especially if you're playing with your friends who should also like you're only using one at a time. You're in a fire team. I just like I get the principle, but I don't see where
The problem,
like people are
Triple, is
practically
this,
running
right?
out of
is
them.
that if we let the small things slide, we're not going to have any base to stand on when the big things happen. When they start selling, let's say, armor with heavy, all heavy ammo as an option, or like imagine if they start selling Vault of Glass armor like there's currently selling Year 1 Rise of or Iron Banner armor, or if they start selling weapons. God forbid they actually start selling weapons. If we start this conversation now about the little stuff, hopefully we could get them to pull back on the big stuff. Like that never actually happens, and we don't have to start the argument when the big stuff happens. That's why
Fair
I
enough.
start getting upset about the little stuff.
No, and again, for the record, I do agree with you. Like for me, I think the reason people are upset about like the silver dust and all that is like the game was like marketed with all this gear with ornaments, and then when you sit down and play and you realize how difficult it is to actually get that armor, it's like, oh, so I'm basically forced to spend money on all the cool armor that I see and all the trailers and the posters and all this stuff. And I think that's
Yeah.
like
I
not
was shocked that
deliberate. It's not
not only-
deliberately deceptive, but it is misleading, and I think people are rightly upset about that.
Not only does it cost you silver dust to buy these ornaments, but then
So
you gotta
equip.
spend it just to equip it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
I
you can't
don't
take it
like
with you
that.
if you decide you got a better roll on a different piece of armor. Then you can't take it off and put it on the other piece of armor. You just lose it.
That's pretty lame.
I think the economy is going to, if there's a message that I feel like we're sending universally, is that they just need to take a look at that economy a little bit. It feels a little bit off balance.
It's just weird that they would do that
Yes.
from the beginning. It seems like they would know that we'd be like, what? We have to spend money on this stuff to actually get it right now, then you don't get it back if you take it off the armor and all that.
And the other
Like,
thing is you
weird.
go and you buy the Radiant Treasures, and it's still RNG which ornaments you're getting out of it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, that's what really
so I
sucks.
had silver left over from when I was buying the Sterling Treasures, and I got like 5 of the same ornament in a row, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm done.
I was trying to get Moonglow, and it is not easy to get Moonglow.
Yeah.
I've gotten both of the Invective ornaments 4 times.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's the one that keeps popping for me too.
Yeah.
They're weighted.
They got
I
it.
love
feels
my
like it.
Truth Gold one.
Oh yeah, they
The
are
Truth
for sure.
Gold
They
is
have
just
to.
really nice. It reminds me of Call of Duty. But anyway, I love the
I
ornaments.
mean, I
really
think
do.
it's worth raising a stink now about the little stuff, because the slower we get them to progress on any kind of pay to win mechanic, the better. And I'll be honest with you, I have no problem with them selling emotes or shaders or emblems or anything that doesn't give you an advantage in game. Sell it to me. Ornaments are fine. Sell ornaments. I don't care. Any cosmetic item, I am fine with it. I want Bungie to make all the money. I want them to be, I want to see Lamborghinis and Range Rovers in their parking lot. I want every developer on the planet to know Bungie is the best place to work so that they can hire the best developers when they hire, right? I want Bungie to make the most money, but I don't want to pay to win game.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, just give me
So-
more actual content, because I'll
Yes.
happily
I'll pay for
that.
that.
I'll
Hell
pay
yeah.
I'll pay for that as well.
Yeah, we will all pay for more content.
But I mean,
they honestly
that
just need to
line in the-
rotate
the
Tessa
line in the
versus
sand-
inventory like every week. Just have like a refresh of ornaments that you could purchase directly.
Oh, okay. Seriously.
Good idea.
It would be great if all the vendors, at the tower were refreshing on a more regular basis. I think that would inject a lot of life
Yeah.
back into.
Oh, for
Because
sure.
after a certain point, like, what are you spending your legendary marks on? I guess you just buy engrams from the Cryptarch, or maybe
Yep.
you ran out of
There's
materials.
no
and
point
stuff,
to even
like,
buy engrams right now. You're getting all year 1 or year 2 weapons because
Yeah,
all the
that-
engrams
and
are
it's a
bugged.
That's
365
so
too,
frustrating.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as long
Economy needs some
as long
looking
as they don't start selling weapons, right?
I think
Is it
armor
weapons?
is already kind of there.
Right, but
You
I mean,
can go
is
out
the
and you
line
can
in the
buy a
sand-
tier 12. You can buy a tier 12 armor set right now.
Right,
It
I
costs you a
understand
shitload,
that.
but you can do it.
Yeah, you could do it, but you would be paying about a lot of money. They do it.
If you got more
So-
money than time,
Right. And so, but my question is, what is that line in the sand? What is that do not cross line? I mean, to me,
I don't want them
it's-
selling engrams in general.
if
Like
they
selling
sell something that
engrams for
gives you
real
an
money?
advantage in the game, that's the line right there.
And that's armor, though, isn't it? Doesn't
think so.
armor in the
Yes.
current game mode, in the current meta, class abilities, armor pieces, that's the true advantage there, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
But is there anything
we
that
already
you
there.
you couldn't just go to a vendor at the tower and buy, like, comparable armor with your legendary marks?
And sometimes the big thing right now is like with the iron engrams, like you're buying them with silver, and you can effectively get like a tier 12 rolled set eventually if you buy enough of those, which is it's kind of a problem. I mean, it would take an absurd amount of money. I would love to be the guy that would do the experiment to see how long it takes, but
With
yeah,
somebody
sorry, I'm
else's
not
wallet.
gonna. Yeah, if someone else's wallet, sure, I'll do it. Nah, man. Sell off my magic cards to be able to pay for that. No.
Patrick, you had
No,
a
well,
conspiracy
I mean,
theory you wanted
I
to
actually
throw out
did
there.
that, though. Like, right
Oh.
before Rise of Iron came out, I went in and I bought the Sterling Treasures because they said they were going to change it. You'd only be able to earn, like, what, 1 or something per week from doing Prison of Elders or Challenge of Elders.
Mhm.
At one
I
point,
didn't.
yeah, they changed
Right.
it to only 1 per week.
Right. So I was like, I mean, I kind of want to get the full Desolate, Taken set for my hunter.
Yeah.
And so I I went about doing that, and I spent $200 of my own money, and I got some pieces like with good perks and good rolls and such, and then like the stream decided to donate to keep going. So for 4.5 hours, I was buying and opening Sterling Treasures on my stream, and I did eventually get pretty much the whole set, like the way I wanted it, and it cost about $500.
Oh my god.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
And I would never recommend that anyone ever do that.
No.
But you know, for science and so I can
Science.
have my Takenated set.
So was it a full tier 12 set?
I don't know if it's tier 12. I have to look, but to me, it's like it's a tier 10, tier 11, whatever. As long as I have the perks I want, I'll be happy.
Okay.
That's all that I
Yeah,
really
I
care
feel
about
the
too.
same way.
I got really lucky, Triple. I had saved my Sterling Treasures basically since April. I only opened a couple of them when they first came out.
Right.
And then I saved them.
Right.
I was like, I'm just going to collect, I get one at the post, and didn't really put in effort to get them. And I think it was 25. I opened up 25 Sterling Treasures, and I got the full Taken Hunter outfit. Because that's
Right,
what
it's RNG.
It
I'm
is.
sure that someone could spend $20 and get
Yeah.
all the sets perfectly, or spend $1,000
Exactly.
and have even more of a rough time. But I sleep well knowing at night that I helped fund the live team's efforts for the next year. And
Live team lunch for quite a while.
yeah, I think they're gonna use that for good. That's my prayer.
Yeah. The main thing I wanted was that Taken
Patrick,
emote. And I got it.
Yeah, that's
Right,
what I
yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to, Taffy. Patrick,
Well,
do you have a conspiracy?
Can we
you wanna
need to
share
switch
with
to the questions real quick because we are kind of running late here on the show.
We are.
Conspiracy theory time. Okay, so I think there's gonna be an exotic, like a Black Spindle type exotic event to happen next week. I'm just
Next
calling
week?
it. I'm calling it right now
Next
because
week?
right now,
Okay.
so far, week 1, Raid. Week 2, Trials of Osiris. Week 3, Iron Banner. Week 4, we don't know. How did I get to this one for 4? Whatever. Right now, the week coming up, we don't know what's happening. It's just steady as she goes as far as we're concerned. Then the week after that, boom, there's going to be the hard mode raid. So we got something to look forward to. What's going to happen? Wednesday. I'm calling it Wednesday. Prophetic
Wednesday? So I
tinfoil
should wake
hat.
up early on Wednesday?
Yeah, wake up early on Wednesday,
Okay,
and if
okay.
not, you
I will
can
get right.
I don't know, you can buy me breakfast because I don't care. Yeah, there's going to be an exotic. Okay, the mission we need to look out for is when the walls come down, something like that. The one that has you start out, go into the wall is really short. The trick is there's a catch. The fallen catch is like right by there as well, and
That's where you go
people-
in to get the Kvostov exotic quest.
Exactly. A bunch of other people. I can't remember their channel names, so
Do you
I
think
can't give
that
you a shout
catch is
out.
the same one they used for
No,
the...
it's not. It's not. They've already explored it. There's been like 2 or 3
Really?
glitchers that have been able to
got
get
in?
inside the catch.
So it
they
is
like
a full
got-
catch inside?
It's a full catch. It's mirrored.
Ooh.
It's mirrored,
Oh, it's a
and
mirror image of the other one from
yeah.
Venus?
And here's the other thing. It's named. It has an actual name. It's not just like
Oh, cool.
yeah. So it
Okay.
has an app. Yeah. Oh, by the way, spoiler warning for like 5 minutes ago.
What am I gonna get? Am I gonna get that big ass rocket?
We don't know.
laser
That's
eyeball thing?
That's what we think. We think it's going to be that the giant microphone rocket launcher. And speaking of microphones,
it.
this show is sponsored by Blue. Iconic microphones. These wild mics and headphones they're just some of the iconic gear that Blue creates. Because Blue's award-winning products are the driving force behind professional musicians, internet creators, and countless elite gaming teams and Twitch streamers. Their Yeti USB mic is the internet's most popular microphone, and their MoFi and Lola headphones deliver insane sound and a very personalized fit. Blue offers everything you need to completely immerse yourself in the ultimate gameplay experience. Learn more about Blue at bluemic.com.
That was
Well
the best.
fucking done.
That segue, though. My God.
That was
Seriously
the
though,
best segue.
I do think there's going to be an event next week. And the reason I said Wednesday is like traditionally it's always like Wednesday or Thursday are when those events pop out. It's always during a weekday and it's usually
Good
kind
idea.
of in the middle of the week.
Tomorrow's the 7th, though. Just want to point that out.
I know that's the other thing. It's like tomorrow is the 7th
Yep.
and that would be
Oh,
another
man.
time.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll set my alarm tomorrow too. All right, the
Wake up
Cannabis
early every
Kid
day.
asks, will we see Rasputin's frames/constructs Saladin alluded to in the story during hard mode raid? A delayed response by him, maybe? That would indicate brand new enemies or bosses. I don't think we're gonna see that.
What if?
Yeah,
what if-
I would love to see that, but
Yeah.
I don't. I wouldn't expect it.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect
It's
random
unlikely.
enemies.
What if they did take it a step further this time? Because it's on next, or it's on current gen. They're like, we can make hard mode even more different than what it's been. Heroic mode, I should say. What do you guys think?
Mhm.
I would love that.
I mean,
That is
fingers
so-
crossed.
like
Like,
Yeah.
go all out. I make it. It's like a whole different raid. Like every encounter is different. Yes.
Holy shit, I'm in the
more,
Baltic
please.
Glass
It's a
all of a
brand new
sudden. What the hell?
We're going to Venus, boys. Let's go.
Hard mode's a new raid. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Hard mode is new raid.
Joshua S., what do you use for maintaining and cleaning your amazing beards?
Shampoo.
Pope doesn't have a beard. Triple doesn't have a beard.
I mean, I shampoo
I
and
like
condition my beard.
Fuzz.
Yeah, I actually like dandruff shampoo because sometimes it gets itchy under there,
Mhm.
and that solves that problem for me.
See, I use 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, so then it also works. Put that in the beard as well, and it's like boom.
Conditioner makes a big difference.
Yeah, you got to condition.
I use when I had a beard, I used Dr. Bronner's to wash it, and then I used a tea tree oil from Aveda to comb into it, just so it wouldn't itch.
Nice.
Orange asks, thoughts on the plausibility of a Bungie-sanctioned Destiny League similar to Halo's HCS or Call of Duty's CWL?
I don't think so.
I don't. I think it would be cool. It would be cool. I don't
It
see
would
them
be
going
really
that direction though.
I think the game could support it. I think the players want it. I don't know if that's where Bungie wants to take the game, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So it's anyone's guess. If it did happen, it would probably be Destiny 2 though, for
I agree
sure.
with you, Triple. I think
Yeah.
it would happen
Yeah,
with Destiny
completely
2,
agree.
not with the current
Yep.
version.
I think that financially, successful competitive games are definitely a good business decision. And again, like Destiny has a huge population. They clearly like watching, events and competitive play. And I'm a huge proponent of all that, so I would love to see it. I just don't know. Again, we don't know what their goals and plans and their vision for Destiny is. Halo became kind of the poster child for console competitive gaming, and maybe they just don't want to do that again, or maybe they're like, well, we can one up ourselves. I mean, that's what I want, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Triple, last week we heard the rumor about Destiny 2 coming to PC. What did you think about that?
Well, a lot of people have speculated, even before that, about Destiny coming to PC, and it makes sense. It's certainly a huge undertaking to put a game like Destiny on PC and do it right. So I think with having Destiny 1 on the 4 consoles, right? 2 last gen, 2 next gen at the time, was definitely a challenge for Bungie, having come just from developing on Xbox. And I think all things considered, they did a pretty good job. And I don't know. We'll have to see. I think that in the past they said that security was a big concern. Obviously you want to keep cheating and keep the integrity of your game in check. So I think it could only help, getting Destiny on more platforms to more players to grow the population and share the game with more people. I think that's great. I would hope that that's true.
Edmund Young asks, will DestinyCon Pod be doing a podcast showdown?
Yes, we will be doing them, but right now we're just kind of waiting for the inevitable lull that will happen before we start picking up with those.
Don't be
I
bashful.
feel like we should get our third
Don't be
episode under
bashful.
our belt.
The reality is that we've opened up this is the truth. We've thrown the gauntlet down to any podcast interested in challenging us, and they've all turned away. They've none a single one has stepped up and said they would do it. It is
Hey,
an
Pope,
open invitation.
remember what happened last time you dug your own grave? You guys kind of lost the dream team when I was like, hey,
Well, I'm pretty sure
I
I'm gonna let
that
you do
remember
this.
one traitor not showing up for the fight. That's all I can really remember about it.
that's what I remember. And I remember one other player losing his composure and absolutely just nerfing it on the hilt fight. But anyway,
I'm stepping back. I'll just coach from the
Step
sidelines.
back.
Yeah,
You're gonna be the coach.
yeah, I'll coach.
Okay.
this is an echoed challenge to any podcast out there. We'll take you on. We'll do the thing. Bring it.
In all seriousness, it's been fun to do in the past. It's great to meet some of the other podcast hosts and
They're scared.
get into a
Say
big
it,
ass
Brian.
Discord chat, talk to them. It's the
scared.
first time I met a lot of these other guys. It's been a lot of fun. I really hope to do it again in the future.
I
Look
would
at
love
this.
to be a part
Look at
of
this
it.
right here. They're scared. Arrgh.
Sure.
All right. Yeah.
All right. I'm just kidding. Obviously, everybody knows I'm kidding. It would be an honor to play with anybody who's out there who wants to challenge us. It's always fun. It's great. It brings in a great community to mixes community up, and it's a ton of fun. My favorite was the Dream Team. They kicked our butts, and it was close. And I'd love to see it happen again.
Absolutely. Ace Pilot 003, how does the DCP crew suspect raid encounters will change for hard mode Wrath of the Machine? Even more Shankmageddon? We kind of talked about this already.
We did.
I talked about this. Feeling bad, I dismantled all my shank burn rocket launchers.
Hold up.
I know, right?
You know what we didn't talk about is what Axis is going to do different.
I think he's going to have 2 more legs. He's going to crawl on the
legs,
ceiling instead
more
of on the
terror.
floor.
8 legs.
My guess is that the Axis fight, he's gonna take away your super somehow, and you're gonna have to use those plates that supercharge Guardians.
To get your super.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
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 That is a good one.
Yeah.
That's a real
I don't know
good
how
one.
what else it would change, and maybe the enemies will just have shields or something. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure because at the moment you don't need that. You can just do the encounter with completely ignoring it.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
So I
didn't even
feel
know
like
it
they
was
would
there.
do something. Yeah, like I'm sure with hard mode they would bring in something that would make you really want to use it, if not have to use the supercharging.
That's a really good idea.
That's really good. Yeah.
Death Ray Dino, what's your favorite Rise of Iron armor set for each class? I'm just going to ask each one of you to name your favorite Rise of Iron armor.
Hunter, Trials of Osiris, ornament.
You should wait till you see that kitty cat cape. Watch,
In
it's
person,
beautiful.
on me. Yeah, it's gonna be a fantastic
It's a
day.
momentous experience.
Defty, what's your
Iron
favorite so
Banner.
far?
Yeah, I gotta say, I think the Hunter Trials gear is mint. I love it.
Pope?
Has to be the Iron Banner helmet for the Titan.
Yeah, with the 2 horns
The
coming down?
Skyrim helmet. Awesome.
Yeah. Patrick?
Oh man.
He doesn't
Triple?
change his armor ever. So
I don't change my armor. But the set I have looks really good right now with my Dead Zone Revolution cloak, so I just kind of keep it that way.
Triple, what, you got a favorite so far?
I really like the raid set for the Hunter. I think it looks really
That is
clean.
good looking.
I've been rocking that, and I do also actually like the Warlock robes also from the raid, the Waffle Iron look with I think it's
Really?
the Beltane shader. The
The
Beltane
Hot Topic
shader
look?
looks so good on it. It's like it's all black, and it's got like bits of orange as well. I don't know, looks great. You should take a look at it.
Beltane does look fantastic, but man, those Warlocks ugly. Ooh.
It's a love it or hate it.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
I
really
figured
like
out
the,
the armor piece I like. Yeah.
I really like
Days
the
of
Titan
Iron
Wind
Hunter
full
chest.
Iron Lord gear with the ornaments. Like, I think it looks phenomenal with the wolves, with the fire coming out and the horns coming out. Like, it looks badass, unlike anything we've ever seen in Destiny.
Do you have
For hunters, the Days of Iron chest is the one I like with the ice picks all over it. I'll throw that one in the ring.
Nice. Briar, do
you
you
look
actually
like you're going like bear hunting or something. Yeti hunting. Yeah, it's cool.
Briar, do you actually have all the ornaments on?
No, but I've seen them.
Okay, I was gonna
I've only
say
got the,
because I was like, if you
I've only got
have
the
them all,
arms.
that's like a financial commitment.
No, I bought one Radiant Treasure the day it came out just to see what it was about, and then I bought 3 today because I was making a video about how shitty the economy was.
Savage.
Eleneki, how do you guys feel about sidearms? Me personally, I can't stop using Trespasser since it dropped.
Yeah, there
Pretty
you
good
go.
with all those brainless shotgun folks running around.
Why couldn't
Whoa
the
there.
UberTuber be as
Just
good
the
as
brainless
the Trespasser?
ones. The ones with brains are difficult to combat, but the brainless ones, sidearms are great.
It's true.
Amazing.
I'm really glad that they buffed sidearms in the last patch. I love that they exist in Destiny. Like when Bungie had me out to do the House of Wolves stream, and I got to play some of the story while I was there, and I got the sidearm. I got it was the Vestian Dynasty. And I was freaking out. I was having so much fun. I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is so cool. And I'm glad that they've continued to add to sidearms and flesh them out and give us exotics that are actually good. Trespasser's amazing. I want to see like an exotic sidearm that's like a dual wield hipfire only or something, or maybe like a little SMG. Like there was the rumors of that like Destiny was getting SMG weapon types or whatever. But just make a sidearm that's like full auto exotic, like little Uzi, dude.
You can do that, or
Stop those shotgunners dead.
you do that, or dual.
Even the good
Berettas.
ones.
I'll
yeah.
take dual Berettas. Hell yeah.
I'm down.
My problem with the Trespasser is that I always am out of ammo for it, like constantly out of ammo. But that's partially because every time I see a piece of gear that says sidearm ammo, I automatically infuse it into something else.
Yeah.
So I really need to like hold on to some of that armor.
You don't spawn with more sidearm ammo either. Like
But you can collect it.
you can collect more of it, but it's like
Yeah. But I mean, especially because of that exotic perk where it fires like a whole bunch of rounds all at once, is I just feel like I never have ammo for that thing.
Yeah.
you have to get aware. Usually, like when I was first using, I found that I was doing one too many bursts. Like I would always like fire one burst after they were definitely dead. So like you have to get good at managing your ammo. Know when that target's gonna die, and then
I just call that lag control.
Yeah.
Maybe he's gonna die, but who can really be sure? The elusive, the Iron Banner primaries are fucking sick. So what W2F is the deal with Trials primaries, minus the pulse, of course? I echo
I
this
don't
thought.
I don't understand the question.
He's hype on the Iron Banner primaries, but he's like, what the hell's with the Trials primaries? Minus the pulse, they're all pretty lackluster.
I really like the scout personally.
Yeah, I haven't gotten the
I haven't
scout,
tried
so I
any
can't
of
I haven't
really.
gotten the scout either.
I've only really
The
used
scout.
The hand cannon is pretty lackluster.
Yeah, hand cannon's
And,
terrible,
auto
but it
rifle
is
is pretty
so
lackluster.
beautiful. It makes me
It
so
is cool
sad.
looking.
Like I like the archetypes of like the faster firing, lower impact hand cannons, but the problem is they all have such low base stability and range that you can only pick one over the other, and you know as we've come to know, it's like you need both. And at the very least you need lots of range, but it's like, okay, you get rifle barrel or something, and so you have high range but low stability. Like, you can't really take advantage of the fast fire rate of those,
That's true.
right?
Yeah.
And
for
then
fast
if you go
fire,
the
you would need
right, and
both.
if you go the opposite direction, then none of your shots hit what you're aiming at because the accuracy cone is so wide. So it's like, just wish they would give those a little bit more love.
Yeah, it's true. This is a side tangent, but did you guys happen to use the Outback Prime at all in like Iron Banner?
I use it a little bit, not in Iron Banner, but I did use it in PvP a little bit.
I
like
used it in
actually.
PvP and decided that my Hawksaw was better.
It is. The
It's
Hawksaw is definitely better.
The Hawksaw is definitely
But I've
better.
gotten a couple double kills from the Siva-mites, and it is the greatest feeling ever. You're like, oh, just pop that head, and all of a sudden, double kill. Or, 2 down.
At the very least, it panics people who see it.
Yeah. The other thing, too, that it does is it pops the crest way away from the plume of the Siva pops the crest away.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Strategies.
Yeah. It can actually be unfortunate.
Interesting.
Sometimes it'll kick it away and be like, no, just right next to it. but it's been fun using that too. Sorry, side tangent. I remember I wanted to talk about that just briefly.
Brandon Mulbrenner, are the cutscenes satisfactory? They feel rushed to me and add a surprisingly small amount of info.
I like that they did the cutscene for Iron Banner. I know the question's also for kind of all the cutscenes in general. I like the cutscene that they did, at least for Iron Banner, but it kind of echoes the problem of the entire expansion thus far. It's like, oh, here's this little thing, and that was it. It's like, oh, and then you go talk to Sally. And he's like, oh yeah, no, she'll tell you more about stuff, and she goes, oh yeah, I'll, and she just alludes to some stuff. She never really mentions anything. I mean, the cutscene is just her walking in, and then
Posing.
and posing. Like literally half the
It's really
cutscene
weird.
is her standing there in like kind of a Superman pose,
It's really weird.
and it fades to black.
How
Like,
do you
oh,
feel
okay.
How do you feel about the way Efrity looks? Because I have an issue currently.
Go look at her.
The fact, okay, so it's her voice mixed with the way that she looks. So she's wearing this helmet that's very intimidating, but then she's like this very soft-spoken, kind of like, I'm a hippie guardian lady.
Really?
She
That's not-
is.
I got
Because
like
she
kind
is.
of like
She
an
is,
emo
yeah, she is.
vibe.
She's a
But then she
pacifist.
has like,
She
yeah,
sounds like a
the
babe.
helmet.
She
That's
doesn't
what I'm
sound like an
saying.
Iron
Triple.
Lord.
She either needs
And
to
I'm not
have-
complaining, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Like there is a disconnect
Right.
between
There
her
is.
appearance and her voice.
Take her helmet off, and I bet she's super cute, and then it will be great.
She's missing an
It'll be
eye.
Awesome.
I found her eye.
Really?
I found her eye.
That's true.
Saying.
Her eye is missing.
She's
That's
got an
true.
eye
That's a good
patch?
point.
That's awesome.
Maybe that's why she has her helmet on. So she
That-
used to be
Self-conscious
super cute,
about it.
An eye
but
patch.
now
is
she has
badass.
an eye
What's with all
patch would have
the
been.
good
That's what
looking
Petra has an eye
non-player
patch.
characters
And Petra's pretty hot.
having multiple, like, things missing, like arms or
Eris took all of them. Eris took all of them.
Heads.
She has the extra one.
But
ridiculous.
yeah, so either have the helmet off in that voice, or she needs to have like a different voice to match her helmet wearing self. But
She's
there is a
unfortunate.
disconnect. I was like,
Conspiracy theory. They didn't have time to actually like animate the lip flaps of her moving, so there's a face underneath there, but it's just like triple PF the
Rigid.
entire time.
Triple P.
The entire time. Just complete, just rigid face underneath there. So they're like, how do we fix it? Put a helmet on it. Good. There we go.
the helmet's weird, man. She's like a hunter, but she has a Titan broom up there. I don't know what's going
Yeah,
on.
it looks
Titan
weird.
Bird.
Effort's
I
got me
don't-
all messed up.
Yeah?
She confuses me.
Yeah,
fun.
but to
I'd
answer
be
the
on her
original
fire team.
to answer the original question, I think it's anytime we get story stuff with Destiny, it's usually just been like we just want more, right? We don't want to have to go into the Grimoire to learn about the lore and the backstory and stuff as much as we've had to. You know, like
Yeah.
something I've talked about with people is like that main cutscene where he's talking to you in the temple about, you know, the history of Siva and all this stuff, and he mentions Rasputin, and like the average player has no idea who Rasputin is. Like even if you played like the original
Yeah.
Destiny story where there was, you know, some of the missions were about or others, it's like there's just no exposition, and I really hope with Destiny 2 they're able to really do justice to the great universe that they've created, because it is it's great sci-fi and there's a great story there. We just haven't had the storytelling to do it justice, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
Jack, do you think the progression is so fast in Iron Banner overall? For example, got all Iron Banner weapons except 2. You think it's too fast?
Did you get the perfect rolls on them? Are you like absolutely
Yeah.
satisfied with what you got?
I did
Because,
on the
like,
Pulse Rifle.
I mean, some people got really good rolls. I'm not satisfied with what I got. I could use better rolls on the hand cannon. I could use better rolls on the auto rifle, shotgun, the fusion rifle, the sniper rifle. So it's like, yeah, I got the weapons, but it's like it's just a check mark that I got them, but it's not the double check box of it's perfect. Don't dismantle it.
This
Right.
Iron Banner has got me excited for the next Iron Banner, because I'm like, I can't wait to see what they're going to bring out so I can play it again, get all those packages.
I'm actually
and
looking forward to
rewards.
ranking up.
Yep.
I wonder if they would do something like have a new cutscene next Iron Banner.
I would
That'd be
love
cool.
that.
Like flesh
It would
out
be
the
really
story
cool.
like
She's
a
got
little
her
bit
helmet off.
each month. That'd be really cool to like be telling a story
Yeah.
as like as
Yeah,
time
I
goes
was
on. I'd love
I was
that.
actually wondering if they were gonna do quests again with her and maybe telling more of her story and getting to know that a little bit more. But having the
That'd be great.
cutscenes would be fantastic. That would be.
Can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Everybody, I have a suggestion. What if the book, right, that we use that has those,
The record book.
the record book, right? Somebody in chat mentioned that cutscenes should be tied to the record book, but it got me thinking. What if the grimoire was tied in with the bounties that you're doing in the record book, and with that you activate the cutscene that you can go back and watch and read the grimoire, all tied up in that record book, that thing that we've been looking for, where we can access the grimoire in game, in addition to the cutscenes, all part of that book that you're unlocking the story.
You had me at Grimoire in game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grimoire in game.
I'm sold.
Yeah.
And a cutscene to go with that.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
sure.
so once you
That'd be
unlock that thing, you get a treasure in there. But then you're oh, cool. I got the ghost, right? But then with that unlocks the grimoire for it, and then you can activate the text of the grimoire below it, and then the cutscene that goes with it. Like that.
Yeah, that'd
That's
be
where
really
you
cool.
would get it.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
That'd be fun.
I'd love it.
It would. It would be great.
I think things to
Destiny
inject more
Hamza-
story.
Destiny Hamza asks, favorite new exotic armor piece and favorite new weapon could be legendary or exotic.
Ophidian
That's
like best
aspect,
podcast
Warlock
ever.
arms.
Ophidians are
Warlock arms.
ridiculous.
Ophidian aspects are just
Seriously.
they're so good.
I haven't
They're-
gotten them yet.
Oh,
Perfect.
they're incredible.
What's so good about them?
Ophidian aspects are so disgustingly good that after I use them, I basically I just I can't even go back to Hunter now.
Right?
Uh,
It's brutal, honestly.
Yeah, because why be just
What
a
is it?
blade
What's so good
dancer
about
when
it?
you can be a Voidwalker, Stormcaller, Sunsinger with Quick Draw?
Yeah.
exactly.
They give you quick draw.
Oh, they give you quick draw,
and you
fast
Okay,
reload
melee.
faster with every single weapon.
Okay, they give you increased grenade throw distance, increased melee attack speed. They give you quick draw, and they give
On
you
all weapons.
improved. Yeah, on all weapons. They give you improved energy drain for Warlock or for Voidwalkers, and it's
faster.
just
Increased reload. There's one more
Oh, yeah,
increased
yeah,
reload
right,
for all
right.
weapons.
For
All
every
weapons.
primary?
All weapons.
Yeah.
All
Ev-
weapons.
Everything.
All
weapons.
Everything.
And it's not
Special,
giving you
you're heavy.
like it's not just giving you like a version of quick draw. It's literally giving you quick
Quick
draw
draw.
from Blade Dancer.
Oh
The
shit!
full-
Come on,
the
sir.
full.
Sell these things tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
it's
want.
they
I
are
want.
they are stacked for perks.
Yeah.
It's like this. You could have just had like the increases reload speed with all weapons and gives them all quick draw. It's like, oh, that's good. Oh, it also does energy drain as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that feels
Yeah,
that's
everything.
cool too. And then then the other two perks on there gives you. It's like it's always a battle between, oh, do I want increased melee attack speed or grenade throw distance? Oh, I got both. Cool.
Both.
And that comes on all of them. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, you
We're
want to
starting to
reload
get
your
sick.
shotgun
That
and your
character-
pulse rifle fast? No
You
problem.
Go back to another character.
And then you want to
you're
switch
gonna
to a
be like,
sidearm later and reload that fast?
Yeah, no
Cool.
problem.
You're
This is
good.
why I
You're
have like
stacked.
2 separate sets of certain exotics because, well, sometimes I want to have
You want
sniper,
different
and sometimes I
reload.
wanna have shotgun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, or so. Yeah.
Yep.
Damn.
They don't need to be
I want
nerfed.
those.
They're
Oh,
yeah,
they're
they're
ridiculous.
just really
They're
good. Yeah.
Also, you
I was
get
gonna
this,
say the
you get
Dune
this
Marchers,
giant
but
cobra
fuck
on the
Dune
side of your
Marchers. I
shoulder
want
too.
these things.
Yeah, they're badass
Yeah.
looking too.
Yeah, you get like
Oh,
this
the-
mean cobra.
And then there's the Transversa Steps, another fantastic Warlock exotic that will just reload your weapons. Just reloads the weapons. If you run over a ammo brick, reloads the weapons. And it's not like it's not even
Those
like
are
Cocoon.
amazing
It's not
for
like,
PvE. I was using
Yeah, they're
them
really good.
just grinding Archon's Forge. So nice.
Yep.
Really.
hey, you just run over the ammo bricks. Like you can have your Galahorn out, fire 2 rounds, step over an ammo brick, fire 2 more rounds, step over an ammo brick, and you just
And
keep,
if you're
keep doing that.
using
That's
if
awesome.
you're using the raid gauntlets where you
Yeah.
get increased heavy ammo drops, you just have like a million bricks on the ground, while you're in there,
just
and
instantly
you can
reload.
it's really
Oh my
fun.
god, I kind of
Have
want to
you
use
guys
Thunderlord
done-
now.
Have you guys done
Right.
any reviews on those?
On what?
Ophidian aspect, I did.
Nice.
No, not on the armor at all. I've been focusing on
Alright.
weapons.
Oh man, I think the way that you're talking about it, I'd love to see a video on that. I mean,
All right.
that's the kind of stuff that like I don't know. I didn't know all that stuff about that armor. I mean, I want it.
The Ophidians are
No,
are god tier.
Yeah.
They're
incredible.
amazing. Yeah.
Like an armor
next
tier list.
question. JK Rash 89. With the theory of ghost bullets being more and more accepted in the player base, what is your favorite color?
Yeah.
Seriously, I mean, Triple, a couple of weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, right? I mean, you made that video about the ghost bullets. It really kind of set the community on fire. I mean, you had people explaining exactly what they were, but a lot of people, me included, said, I don't care what they are. It still sucks.
Yeah.
You know, like,
it's always a double-edged sword, right? You try to bring attention to something, and then it just makes a lot of people angry. And so I was like, that was never my intention. Just be like, hey, let's get angry about something today. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, I love PvP. I love playing it. And then to me, this is like an issue balance-wise that seems pretty bad, and I'd like to see it change. And so I just wanted to prove it, I guess, because it's always been like theorized, right? Everyone always like, oh, why? You know, I'm shooting. I feel like the shots should hit, and you know, we were just able to kind of go in and see what was going on. And I do believe that Bungie will be making some tweaks to hand cannons in the future, because it's just, you have the other primary weapon types and they feel very consistent, right? Like I have a pulse rifle, I aim at you, I pull the trigger, I'm almost always doing what I expect in PvP. And then you have a hand cannon where if you miss one shot, just because you know the way that the gun is, it's a single shot weapon. If you miss that shot, like you just can die to almost any other weapon, even you know a crappy auto rifle. And so having
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I know. So I think that you know, going in and trying to better define where a hand cannon should be effective, and then balancing around that more strictly would be something I would love to see. In my tests, at 20 meters with a max range hand cannon, I was testing with Ayaz Luna. That's when you start getting those shots that just simply don't go where you aim, and it just keeps getting worse in a linear fashion up until whatever the outside range where you're doing max damage, like around 31 meters or so. And let's face it, between 20 and 30 meters, that's like the average distance where you're fighting someone with a primary in Crucible. As rare as it happens, but that's what it is. So between 0 and 20 meters, that's a distance where you get shot by a fusion rifle. You get one shot, a Stormcaller could slide, shoddy, melee you with ease at that distance. And so, again, going back to how fast the game and movement-wise and map design, I think that hand cannons should be a little bit more consistent. They don't need to kill faster. They don't need to necessarily have greater distance at the farther edges. I think they should just be a little bit more consistent, and I would like to see other primaries also brought up, appropriately. And my favorite color is red. I don't know if you guys knew that.
There is something, I just want to say this too. I mean, there's science behind it, and then there's also just straight up things that just don't register at times, and that can be with whatever weird connections that happen in the Crucible. I had this happen yesterday where I shot somebody with a shotgun, and
shotgun. Okay, I think shotguns are bugged. I'm just going to say that I have saved so much footage of. It's not connection. It doesn't happen this often without it being something wrong core in the game, because it happened at the MLG event and we're playing on LAN essentially. So connection was an issue. There's something, I don't know what is, just the pellets they just whiff. I don't know what is going on there, but I really hope that Bungie addresses that and makes. I just want consistency in the game.
Well,
1 + 1 = 2. That's all I want.
So this is this really shocked me. This is the first time I've seen this before, because I've seen just like a ghost shotgun shell just decides not to do any damage at all, even though it's within their chest or whatever, a perfect shotgun range. This one, all the pellets registered and showed 23, like all the pellets. I saw numbers, 23 shot up in there, and they took 0 damage, killed me, and walked away. But the pellets registered and had 23 on them.
I've seen that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like just
That's frustrating.
yeah, it's frustrating, but at a certain point, you just have to be like, okay, this is just clearly bugged. You know, there's clearly something wrong with it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I think that's probably just some really weird connection thing, but yeah, on a regular basis, and I mean, I don't have a good Matador, so I don't know if Matador is somehow more consistent, although that's what people have told me. My Party Crasher, my Last Ditch, like all these different shotguns, they're all like, conspiracy theory, shoot blanks all the time, and it is infuriating when you like you close the gap, you make a good play, you get in that one shot range, and you know, by all accounts you should win that encounter, and you know, half your pellets just disappear into the ether, or like they just don't do any damage at all. Like I had a clip like in my Ghost Bullets video or whatever, where like I shot dead on the character, like on the enemy, and then my shot like was like 5 feet to the left. You can see it hit the ground, and I don't know what is going on there, but there's some shenanigans.
Yeah,
shenanigans, and it's spooky.
Seriously.
I've experienced that with Golden Gun, where I've shot somebody directly with Golden Gun, and then the game decided to calculate it later, and then it made it look as if I shot it off to the left. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I had that with a sniper headshot too. Like if you watch the footage, you can actually see me hitting his head, but it's also hitting to the left.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, hello, what's happening?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up.
Patoodle asks, is sniping really dead, or is it because of the Supremacy game mode?
Partially, Supremacy is an aggressive game mode where you do have to kind of push up a bunch, so it makes a little more sense to go with kind of a close quarters loadout, so you can, you know, get the objective, get the points for your team. You know, I'd like to revisit the question in like 2 weeks after, you know, Supremacy's kind of died down a little bit.
Yeah.
Gavin Risbridger, do you feel the Plague Lands has vast areas that you skip because there's no bounties to do, and it's a waste?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's
Agreed.
weird, isn't it? Like,
There's that area
huge areas.
with the there's the area with the bridge, right? When you spawn in, you go to the left, and there's
the bunker area.
Yeah, there's literally nothing
think
there.
that there might be something there in the future.
Exotic Quest
Exotic Quest.
on Wednesday, the
Exotic Quest.
whatever, the October.
Yeah.
You have to
happening.
defend the bridge from an onslaught of fallen
You gotta-
that just never ends.
Got to honk your Gallerwing in a proper
Hold the
sequence
bridge.
of binary.
I like it.
Yeah. That's
Evan Myers, what new changes would you like to see for Festival of the Lost or SRL? And we got any changes I'd like to see?
We talked a little bit about this last week. I thought it would be cool to see a game mode where you could, you know, it wouldn't be a super serious racing game mode, but it would be like kind of like Rocket Race, where you can one of the objectives is to kind of blow up your opponent using pikes.
One Destiny Sparrow League, like Rocket League, and we can play soccer, or we have like full on Mario Kart with pickups and weapons, and we're just in there like driving around in circles, just
That would
going
be
crazy.
amazing.
I think a
Or like
s'more
some kind of
attack
free,
mode would be a
some
lot
kind
of
of
fun.
some kind of freestyle where you're doing
Yeah.
tricks for points and stuff.
That'd be cool.
That'd be great.
Tony Hawk Pro Sparrow.
I'd like to
I'm
see
gonna
some
start getting real
other.
picky
I
about these
would love to
questions
see some emotes that are different than the ones that we have for the sparrows. I'd like to see some different movements
Oh,
off of the.
Maybe you can buy
sparrows.
some emotes for sparrow tricks.
Yeah, like
You don't
maybe
wanna buy
you
'em, though.
maybe you do the one. I always like the one in motocross where you kick your legs off the front.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
Yeah, I know
they
what you
go
mean.
and they throw their legs over the front.
That'd be great.
I mean, dude, any of the motocross tricks would be cool.
I'd be down. That'd be a great Nightfall reward. Just kidding.
I'll take a ghost at this point. I'm dying to get a ghost.
Player and banner.
Michael Faraga, what kind of headset do you all use for long gaming sessions? Wired or wireless?
Wired. I
prefer
hate
for-
wireless. I hate wireless anything. Drives me insane. I hate having to charge things and like
But what
it
kind do
being
you have?
inconsistent, cutting out.
What kind do you have, Watts?
I use A40s, Astro A40s. I have the TR and the old A40s.
I for long gaming sessions, it's about having kind of like a good balance between lightweight headset. One of the PlayStation Golds are a decent cheap headset in my opinion. And Ryer's shaking his head. I took care of mine. They never broke or anything like
Returned
that.
mine after about 3 days of use.
Yeah, I enjoyed
like
them. They
garbage.
have really good sound quality, and then they can go both wireless and wired with the included cable. Yeah, I love those on the lower end of the spectrum. On the higher end of the spectrum, Astro A40 TRs are like perfect in my opinion.
I really used to like to use the A50s. I still actually have a pair. I have 2 pairs actually. I have 2 pairs of A50s. One in my living room and one in the bedroom. So when I watch TV, I can listen without disturbing my wife. But what I found was that if I wanted to plug in a hardwire connection into the box, like whether I wanted music or some other audio input, I got so much interference out of the thing that it really drove me nuts. And worrying about battery life and all that stuff really just drove me crazy. So wired headsets now really are the way to go. Especially, you don't want that thing dying while you're midstream and you have to figure out a way to charge it up. And
Yeah.
There's
I
a-
do
there's-
like
there's a
wireless
new-
headsets, but
Right, there's a new set of A50s coming out, which I'm interested to try because like I had like the same feelings as you, Briar. So I probably would like use wireless headsets, probably just for like watching shows and like movies and stuff. And then like when I'm actually gaming, I prefer the wired.
yeah, I don't find the wire really gets in my way once I've kind of managed my
Yeah.
situation.
Oh,
yeah,
so,
absolutely
yeah.
not.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
For me, I get really annoyed from wearing headsets for longer than like 3 hours. So I use earbuds. Because it kind of comes from being in the background of music production and all that, having headphones all the time. If I'm streaming for 6 to 9 hours, like having a weighted headset covering my ears for that long bugs me. So I end up using earbuds mostly. The sound quality is definitely not as good. And I've got like really nice headphones to choose from $100 to $400 headphones and all that, and I'd still prefer using the earbuds just for comfort.
I've always used my Astros here. The only downside of them has been the mic for me because every time
To get you that upgrade.
That upgrade,
Yeah.
man.
So, but I
I'll
really
get
like
you
these.
set up.
They're super lightweight. I've always been a fan of Astros, and I like the amp, the little box that it comes with.
Mix amp.
Because the mix amp, because you can plug up an MP3 player and just you can plug up your phone and listen to music. You can export that audio to a stream, or there's a lot of cool stuff with it. So that's what I choose. If I only had a better mic.
I do, they are a sponsor, but I do really like these Blue Lola microphone headphones. Like they're very comfortable. They
look comfy.
I had a little bit of a problem with the Mofi because they were just so heavy because they
It has
all
the
electronics
Mofi
and
is
battery.
Yeah, there's a big battery pack in the top, which like supplies an amplifier, an analog amplifier that's inside here. So it's like has amazing sound quality when you're wanting that on the go, but at the same time it's like this is kind of heavy, and if you're wanting
I
to
have
use this
been
for
incredibly
gaming,
happy with the Lolas though.
yeah,
The nice thing about the Mofis though, if you do plug your headset into your controller, I've had the problem that sound coming out of the controller is too soft. I can't hear everything that well. And having that amplifier in the Mofi really does help.
It does.
Aisle or window seat on an airplane? Wrath of the Mohican.
What's that?
is that even a question?
Yeah, Wrath of
Is
the
that even a
Mohican asks, aisle or window seat on an airplane?
Well, that went by so fast.
Seat,
Yeah, window.
window seat.
Window,
Yeah.
obviously.
Aisle all the way. I need to stretch my legs out.
Yeah, I have no shame about disrupting the person that is sitting in the aisle seat. I wake that person up. I step over them 3-4 times a flight. It doesn't bother me.
I just like having a little bit of extra leg space that I can just kind of poke my feet out into the aisle. Last question. What do you think? Last question?
Yes, please.
Good to go?
It's been a long night for us.
Master Rune, if your life depended on making the choice to eat one or the other exclusively forever, is it going to be tacos or pizza?
Tacos.
No
I'm going
hesitation.
tacos. Yeah, I'm going tacos.
Laid it
I feel
down.
like I don't know. I feel like after pizza, I'm just like it's a little too much.
You don't want to be uncomfortable
Yeah,
for the
we
rest
have
of your life.
starter.
Tacos are more comfortable.
Can we do hard and soft
True.
tacos? Or
Yeah,
He
yeah.
makes
Yeah.
no. Yeah,
It's
I
just
mean,
Deep dish or
There's
thin
more
pizza?
variety in
yeah,
tacos.
no tacos. I'm gonna go with
I'm picking
tacos.
tacos. I'm picking tacos because you can make a pizza flavored taco. Done.
Is that a loophole?
you can make a taco flavored pizza.
Yeah, true.
I know, but the portability. The
Gotcha, he gotcha.
A lot of similar ingredients. You know, so.
I'm going tacos. Mexican heritage tacos.
Plus tacos are
I'm gonna go
delicious.
with pizza.
You're in New York though,
Double?
so you get New York pizza.
Yeah, well, it's like, have like high quality pizza, prepared by like a gourmet chef, having all kinds of, different pizza each day of the week. A lot of variety there. That's what I'm going with.
I mean,
You
you
want
do. I feel like you do get more variety with pizza, but I do often feel pretty logy after pizza.
It's all that
Just
cheese.
to have that like for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I feel like
Goes-
tacos would just be easier.
I feel like I could make tacos very light for like breakfast, like very light and
Right.
healthy.
Breakfast tacos.
Whereas pizza, I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's a little too
I
heavy
don't know.
to have.
There's a place over here where I live
Pizza,
that makes
breakfast pizza.
a vegetarian pizza and makes a breakfast pizza. Yeah, with an egg on it. It's awesome.
I don't.
That sounds
eat
horrific.
I don't really think you can go wrong with either.
No,
You
I
come
mean
over to
it's
my
yeah.
pretty
place,
safe.
I'll take you
Yeah.
back.
Both good choices.
All right, that's it for Twitter questions. I know we got some that I didn't get to today, but thank you everybody for submitting them. Again, I ask for these Twitter questions every Thursday around 2 p.m. Eastern time. Just reply to my tweet, and that's how I just make a list out of all of them, and then we get to as many as we can.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to the second episode of the Destiny Community Podcast. Has been Patrick Casey. You can find me at Holtzmann_YT on Twitter, and you can find all my other relevant links on there.
Can you believe it's been 2 weeks already? I mean, time just flies by.
It's true.
It's awesome.
Absolutely.
I'm Briar Rabbit. You can find me at the Briar Rabbit on Twitter, the Briar Rabbit channel on YouTube, or Briar Rabbit on Twitch.
Teft, you can obviously you're watching the channel right now. You can also follow me on twitter.com/Teft and my YouTube channel as well, Tefty Teft.
I'm Miss 5000 Watts. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch at Miss 5000 Watts.
And this has been Poke Bear, so you can always follow me on Twitter and stalking these guys' channels on Twitch. Remember that the podcast is aired on Tefty Teft's channel, and you can find the YouTube channel on Patrick's channel. And the links are, if you follow at Destiny Pod Compod on Twitter, you can have all the links to our Instagram and to our channel and get everything else and watch it on Podbean and all that.
We're on iTunes now too.
Yep.
So I think you can just search Destiny Community Podcast and it'll come up on iTunes. If you leave us a review, that really helps us out, get higher up in the rating.
Yeah, I'll put in the
And how do
in
they
the chat
find
as
you,
well.
Twitter? And how do they find you, Triplewreck, if anybody in the audience doesn't know who you are already?
You can find me on Twitter at Triplewreck and on twitch.tv/TeftyTef/subscribe.
Whoa, what's that?
Nice.
What a nice guy.
But in all
Nice
seriousness,
guy.
yeah. Same name on Twitch. But
Awesome.
thank you guys so much for having us. Like, I know that we
Thanks
had
for coming on.
technical difficulties and all that, but Love you guys.
Usually
and
Skype's so
love what you
pleasant to
do.
work with too. It's really
I
surprising.
know.
Yeah.
Usually,
Yeah.
So usually, right?
yeah.
Before
Skype
you
never
go.
has problems.
Never.
Before you go, I
Never.
wanted to thank you for Design by Humans. The contact you gave us, Trey, was awesome.
Oh, awesome.
We are announcing tonight our official opening of our Design by Humans web store. And you can find shirts that we're going to be, our first shirt is up for sale. And as you guys know, that the proceeds for our podcast t-shirts go to charity. And we're going to be doing a charity live stream this month with the Dames of Destiny. We're going to be part of their annual breast cancer awareness stream. And so we, any proceeds that come from the sale of the t-shirts are going to be donated during that stream. So if you guys want a Destiny Community Podcast t-shirt, now's the time to go. We'll put the link in the chat. And Triple, you know, those are good guys over there. And I know you have an awesome new shirt too, right? It's Triple Please, right?
Yeah.
Yep. My emote. So finally got that out of there.
Nice.
It's hilarious, man. It's funny.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really good.
You'll be
my
surprised.
stream is just a bunch of stupid memes, and now
Your
you know,
memes,
people
talk
your
about
memes
that.
have
It's the
become
best.
like a form of shorthand in the Destiny community.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like it's absolutely true. Like the memes for like a bunch of you and a bunch of the streamers, Cathalian and those guys. People talk in shorthand now with the Twitch meme shortcuts. You know,
well, it's
hilarious.
and I do the same, so I love it.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. That was the second episode. We will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.